Good Wednesday morning, everybody. John and Lance along with Dell for the next 3 hours here on ESPN 97.5. And how awesome is it to prove the doubters wrong? All the people, well, a couple of idiots that were saying, oh, he can't play, oh, he's terrible, oh, he's no good. And then what? Joey Loperfido hits a 3-run homer in the 11th inning, and Astros win, okay? He was doubted, and he's doubted no more.
There's
Joey
no stopping J-Lo.
What about J-Lo? J-Lo can go now,
No,
and there were idiots out there.
There's only one J-Lo. It's Jolo.
Well,
He'll even tell you the same thing.
When he was running around the bases, Blummer called him J-Lo. Anyway, how about that game? What a game. Down 2 in the 9th, tie it up.
Pretty important
Then
game.
in the 10th, you don't score, and Logan Van Wise just shuts you down, and they don't score. And then with 2 outs, 2 on, Joey Loperfido hits a 3-run homer.
Yeah.
And the Astros win it. That was a hell of a game.
Yeah, that was one of those. It was one of those wins. It was actually. It sounds stupid to say, but it felt like a really important win because you keep having these things where you keep having these little mini runs where you get up, and right now it's 5 games under 500. It's kind of where the state of where you are, but 5 games under 500 is a big mark for you now. Like, guys, we just got to 5 games under 500.
Mm-hmm.
This is it. Big things are happening. 5 under 500. But then you get knocked back down to 8 games under. That's generally what happens. And right off the bat, you get to 5 under, and then you lose day before yesterday. You look like you're headed for a loss yesterday. You're like, oh, here we go. It's just going to roll back down. 7 games under 500. We'll lose this series. And then you're going to be pushing the rock back up the mountain. So getting that win and leveling out at 1-1 right off the bat in the series, and then the way you did it, that actually felt like a kind of an important win to keep some brand of, there is some momentum going for the Astros right now. It feels like a better brand of baseball.
They're playing well.
Yeah, they're playing a better brand of baseball.
Back to back to back.
Yeah, so back to back jacks with one of them. If you didn't see Taylor Trammell's home run, Taylor Trammell's home run, good Lord. It was like a fifth deck shot, just a monster that everyone in the crowd, you could hear the noise in the opposing crowd as they were in awe of the shot off the bat. It was crazy.
The top deck.
It was like
field.
Their fifth deck they have.
Yeah, incredible. And Cam Smith. Well, Cam Smith was actually longer. Which I don't believe that crap.
I'm not sure I believe that one either.
No. I mean, he hit the fifth deck. Where would that have come down compared to where Cam Smith's was?
Right.
I mean, I don't know how they measure that. I've never understood that.
Well,
if a ball is rising and it hits into the top deck, how do you measure? Well, that was 380 foot. No, what? That thing was still rising on the way.
I think they're mostly not still rising, though.
No, but
so.
Yeah, no,
they
they're mostly
actually,
not. But it's still where would that one have come down?
I heard somebody tell me that Hawkeye, I think it's Hawkeye, said it's actually pretty easy to calculate those in terms of, from a science standpoint, it's a very basic formula that takes the speed, the trajectory, and the X, Y, the Z. I guess they use the Z axis along with the X axis, and then the speed of the rate of speed of the ball, and they feel very accurately detect how far a baseball will go. Yeah. But all I know is that there were some bombs. All I know is that you had back-to-back home runs.
That was great. Much. And then Joey Loperfido hit his. Looked like it could have been. I mean, it could look like it might have been foul, and it wasn't. 3-run shot with 2 outs in the top of the 11th, and the Astros win that one. Win one. They were down 2 in the 9th inning. And after they led for most of the game 4-0, a 2-run homer, another 2-run homer, and then they took the lead. Toronto took the lead by 2, and the Astros were able to come back. It was just a good win. That was a good game. It was a really good game and a good win. So that's fun. That was good, clean fun for the whole family. And then we had so much more while this was going on. Cristiano Ronaldo was destroying you two. Cristiano Ronaldo must have heard the show in Houston. He was in Houston yesterday morning because I think afterwards he said there was one guy that believed in me. One guy in this city that believed in me.
Trust me, there's
and
hundreds of
sure
millions
enough,
on Twitter.
what happens? He comes up with 2 goals. Oh, maybe he's the only player in history to score a goal in 6 cups. Oh,
so the guy I was with. So shout out to Aramco. I had a phenomenal experience yesterday. I got to sit in a really kick-ass suite with Kaká, who is a Brazilian. I don't call him a legend, but Del can speak to it. He's considered a really good Brazilian national player, legendary player. He was up there. His brother, who looks like basically Sao Paulo Clay Travis, and who was his agent, really good guy. He talked. It was me and Sean Pendergast, Dan Matthews were there, and then Chris Harris, who's our one of our hosts from. He does international PR for a group out in London, and he and I were talking for a while. He's a great guy, and he said we were talking about Ronaldo, and because he's really into soccer. He said, "Oh, I'll likely find." He said. It's Uzbekistan. These are the teams that he really scores well against. He said he's likely to find net twice. But he said, Roberto, he said there's no way. And Kaká's brother actually said this too. He goes, it's such a hard situation now because you're in a situation where Roberto Martinez is in a no-win because it's kind of like Ronaldo's his own guy and then there's the team. He's not really connected with the team that well. And so, but the fans are all Ronaldo. So you don't, it's kind of like being held hostage by like a LeBron situation. There's nothing you can really do if you're Portugal. You can put him you can try to bring him off the bench if you want, but it's really not going to be. The fans are going to not be happy, just like they weren't in the last World Cup. But in this one, they just stuck him in the middle of the field. They just stuck him there in a scoring position and try to get him the first goal. He missed his first opportunity. Yeah. But the second one did a really good job on the second one. And then, the route was – well, I say the route was on. Uzbekistan had one wiped off the score. It would have been 2-1. But then they took me down on the field before the first half, but we were going away from the goal. So we were at the Uzbekistan goal. And so I was able to get a video of – you could see it kind of break out and watching him score his second goal. And then – this isn't great. Now, this is where a little bit of the criticism is going to come in. Here's a 41-year-old who had a good game. Every other guy comes off the field typically at about the 65-minute mark. 'Cause you got a lot more soccer to play. And they leave him on for the entirety of the match looking for a hat trick. And he did have a couple of shots at it. But up in the suite where I was, the hardcore soccer guys are like, what are they doing? Like, this is only to get him a hat trick because he should be off the pitch and should be resting right now because he's got, they've got matches coming up. He should not be in a game where it's like the equivalent of keeping Kevin Durant in a game where you're up 22 points. For what? With 3 minutes to go. There's no reason to do that. Now, he's probably not going to get hurt. It's soccer. There's injury sometimes, but he wasn't going to get hurt. But there's no reason really to have him in there. You'd want him off and you'd want him resting because he's 41 and he still has a lot of skill. I mean, you can still see the skill level still really high. And but they just left him on. But regardless, it was a good game for him. The fans were really, really excited. Portugal got a much-needed win. But that experience, I can just tell you, they had food that was good food in the suite. And most of the time I've ever been in one, it's still done by the stadium. It's still like, it's all right.
All right, what level were you on?
Second level?
Yeah, no, they've always got good food there.
Yeah.
They've always. I mean,
well, it's Aramco.
I've been there for NFL. It's really, really good.
Okay, they're the official sponsor. It's things I've never seen before. I'm like, what? This is on. But they're the official energy sponsor of FIFA. So they have put, FIFA got paid by this energy company. So, yeah, they're in pretty good. Their name's on everything. So it was, and they treated us. I've never been treated. My own family has never treated me this nicely. Nobody has treated me as nicely as all of the hosts there. Hello. You walk in and they give you champagne. I was like, it's about time. I walked into a room and got some champagne. This is why does this not happen when I get here? And Dell has never offered me champagne when I've come in the morning.
Not once. No. Well, he's not a good person, though.
Not once.
No. He ain't got time. He's got to send out.
And I was going to start talking, to Kaká and tell him some places I thought he should go while he's in town, but he didn't, never got to that. Mostly it didn't get to Kaká at all.
Yeah.
He had his blonde wife with him, and he was the nicest guy in the world, but I was like, what can I really talk to Kaká about? What do I talk about?
Yeah,
hey, I remember watching you guys. Remember when you won the World Cup? That was awesome. Was it cool to win a World Cup in 2002? Like, what am I going to talk about with Kaká?
Nothing. You just say,
my son's in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Oh, no. Cool. That's like him saying, hey, I've got a kid who plays baseball.
Right.
Right? Like, that's American. Okay, cool. Great. I've had apple pie before.
Okay. What is the origin of your name? Like it sounds like poo. Your name sounds like poo.
Glad
Why
you asked.
is that?
Because he couldn't say his brother's name, Ricardo. And so he said Kaká. And so they just kept it that way. He couldn't say Ricardo, so he just said Kaká. And so they just kept it that way. Kaká.
Uh-huh. And then he became Kaká.
Kaká was his name because that's how he said Ricardo.
Kaká.
No, it's Kaká.
Poo.
Kaká. The accent is on the A,
which is poo.
It didn't start that way. It started as Kaká. It's Ricardo.
Right. Ricardo. Yeah, right.
And his brother was his agent. Like I said, looks a lot like Clay Travis. It's crazy. But it was quite an event being there with all those Portuguese fans. Uzbekistan, they came, and I could think of was, wow, how much money? Because anytime you play Portugal, the ticket, I was looking at ticket prices. I mean, they were crazy. Getting in the buildings, $1,300, $1,400 in the building. And I'm just thinking, and now a lot of them got the prices at their face value prices. Because you can buy them. If you're a host, if you're coming from another country or whatever, there's a certain allotment.
Did you see the walk?
No, I didn't get to see any of it.
You didn't see the walk?
Did you?
I did not see the walk.
No, I haven't seen any video of any of it, actually.
Yeah. All right, we're just getting it started. We've got Astros. We've got World Cup. Of course, Glenn Davis joins us at 8. He called the game. We'll get his thoughts on what he saw yesterday, plus other matches. I watched a lot of that Colombia game. I
passed out on the I don't even know who won. Right now, I don't know who won. I fell asleep.
Colombia. And I watched another game. I forget. They're all blending together.
Croatia.
Now. Yeah, I watched Croatia.
Oh, you probably watched England.
Man, it was good to see Modric. Modric is my hero.
Why?
How long has that guy been doing it?
Yeah, but Modric isn't any good anymore.
What are you talking about?
The game is gone.
Been a great player forever.
Game is gone.
Just stop already. Oh, it gets a little. That's Lance's way of apologizing to Cristiano Ronaldo.
Literally turned.
Oh yeah, it's Uzbekistan, so that's why he scores. F out of here.
He must not have flipped. Oh, well,
he's a great player.
I'm glad he hit. I'm glad he hit home runs.
Great player that scored 2 goals. When Messi scores 2 goals, you get down on your knees, slobbering all over him.
There's Uzbekistan.
Oh,
You're
get out of here with that.
The king of the blowout.
Slobber all over.
I'm glad. I'm happy for your king. I'm happy for your king. He was able to get off against Uzbekistan. That was good.
Yep. You got to beat Uzbekistan too. Got to do it. And
guess
beat who's on
Cristiano
Ronaldo.
Hey, you just got to beat him on the schedule.
Boom. He said
was getting so
shut
mad.
up, Lance. Shut up, Dell.
Every time when Rafa Leao scored at the end, you could see the anger flare up in Ronaldo's face. Like, why? I needed a hat trick. Why are you shooting, dummy?
Well,
when they scored that free kick where Ronaldo was lined up like he was going to take it and the other guy took it and scored, he ran away from the team celebration, was pointing at his head like, see how smart I am? Look how smart I am. We fooled everybody. And while the rest of the team is celebrating the goal.
That's right. You see how smart he is?
Douchey stuff.
You see how smart he is?
He
didn't care about the hat trick. He cared about scoring the goal.
One of the all-time greats, one of the biggest douches. And it's just like LeBron. I mean, it's just one of the all-time. People hate him.
Jordan, not LeBron.
People hate him, but LeBron is just one of the absolute all-time greats. It's undeniable. Just does stuff that makes you cringe. And it's the same thing with Ronaldo, only extraordinarily handsome.
All right. We got a break.
He's pulled all along the way.
713-780-3776. We've got
that's the good thing about being a
NBA
soccer
draft.
player.
We've got huge NHL
Did
news
Chris
when we come
Sinak
back.
get drafted last night? I was just
NHL.
checking. Okay.
He did.
Yep.
First round,
Yeah, I was just checking because when I passed out asleep, I'm like, still not off the board.
He came off the board.
He got taken.
Him
We got a
and
break.
Kingston.
Don't go anywhere. ESPN 97.5.
You're listening to John and Lance.
Broadcasting live from the Huntington Bank Studios, here's John Granado and Lance Zierlein.
All right, welcome back. it looks like, it doesn't look like, Commissioner Gary Bettman, NHL commissioner, announced at the board after the Board of Governors meeting on Tuesday that the league has entered a term sheet agreement with Houston billionaire Dan Friedkin to explore the feasibility of expanding into either Austin or Houston.
Everton. You're welcome. That's the Everton owner, son.
The agreed about
Hockey,
price,
you're welcome for Everton stepping up to the plate again, as
is
always.
$3.5 billion in total, which
Ooh,
will
that's
cover
a lot,
both the
Dan.
expansion fee,
I don't
roughly
love this.
$2 billion, and the cost of building a new arena, $1.5 billion.
I don't love this, Dan.
So listen, they've been in discussion for the better part of 2 years about Houston as an expansion opportunity, and everyone is saying it's going to be Houston and not Austin.
Okay. Did that come? What are you saying? Meaning everyone's saying
I've
something
got
Houston?
I've got sources that are saying Houston is the actual, and they keep saying Houston and Austin, but it's going to be Houston.
Okay.
Yeah.
Austin would make some sense in theory because you've got all these people moving there, and it's like a hub, and people look at it as kind
There's
of
nothing else other than the
new
Longhorns.
cost. There's nothing else, but the reality is, it's still becoming a transient city, which in some regards, I guess you could argue that helps because people have come from places that, have hockey, but it's still the travel there can be difficult with their traffic issues.
Yeah.
Everything is expensive. Everything's very expensive from a property standpoint. In theory, Austin would sound nice, but yeah, Houston, the infrastructure is going to be here.
Yeah, I think Houston has the infrastructure for
Yeah.
it. Not sure Austin. Austin is a nightmare with
Austin
its
doesn't have
traffic
the
and
infrastructure for a lot. I mean, it's just the way it was built was poor. It wasn't built to take on the amount of people it has.
No, it's not. And so it looks, and Dan Friedkin is, and maybe NHL is going to visit both and see. I mean, Austin does make a little sense in that, it would be the only game in town, and it would be the only pro game in town. So
That helps.
It's soccer, but they do have a soccer team there too.
Oh,
in MLS.
Right, but having a professional
One of
league
the top four, right.
it really helps because you have everyone can. It's like Portland, right? Portland doesn't have they have a basketball team, no baseball team, no football team. They really get behind their MLS team. There's just certain, and Austin has that Seattle, Portland, the small, weird, blah blah blah, where I could see them getting behind a hockey team. I wouldn't rule out Austin personally because it makes sense on a few different levels. I just think when it comes to the infrastructure, it's just not great in any infrastructure here. So if it's Friedkin and not Tillman, Friedkin has, I'm not joking, he is the owner of Everton, but he's from here. It's his businesses, his stuff started here, and this guy has, you told me he has a golf course, John? Right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, he's got one in South Carolina. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, he has long money. So.
It's oh my God, it's I can't Congaree.
Yeah, I played it once. And
No,
it
you've
was,
never played
it
Congaree.
whipped my ass. Congaree did. Yeah,
No, you never played Congaree.
I played Congaree from the tips, and it was the biggest mistake of my life.
Yeah, you've never played it, but okay. And
A golf course decision was the biggest mistake of your life?
It's one of them. Yeah, I should have just played from up.
with all those kids.
I should have played from up. They're the
And a
kids.
first marriage?
The kids are the greatest. The first marriage, not the greatest.
Oh no, yeah, right.
Yeah, that
No,
one was-
Congaree is world class. They actually pros. They have an event there,
Yep,
and
they do. I can
it's a
speak to that.
philanthropic thing. It's built for, and Mr. Friedkin did it. Our boy Bruce runs it. he
Bruce Reiser?
No, Bruce Davidson.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And does a great. I'm an ambassador to it. You're not, because it doesn't
What
have
does
any
that
frisbees.
mean? You're an ambassador to it.
I'm an ambassador for it. Yeah, but you're not, because it doesn't have any frisbees.
What
there.
is being an ambassador to a golf course you never played mean?
Means you can go there without being a member and play, but I haven't taken advantage of it, which is so stupid.
I'm an ambassador. I'm an Everton fan. It's one of the things that all of us get.
It just being a fan, you get to go play.
Yes.
Congaree?
Well, being a supporter, I've bought clothing before.
Okay. Congaree clothing.
I got a card that said 1 free round of Congaree and then a punch card. And if I play Congaree 10 times, I get an 11th. I get an 11th tee time free. What do you want me to say? What do you want me to do? Sorry. Being a member of Everton has its privileges. What do you
my
think
God.
about
Bruce
that?
Davidson? Pro's hearing this right now and going, "Oh, Lance, Congaree, we're going to play 10 times and get 1 free."
What do you think about? For me personally, just in all honesty, hockey doesn't do anything for me currently, as it stands currently. But I could see that changing, especially if I went to some games.
It is the best sporting event to attend live.
Right. Everyone says that.
Yep. It is. It is fast. It is. I mean, the action is nonstop. It is incredible how talented those guys are. Incredible. So I don't know whether or not it would succeed in Houston. I'm not sure. We'll see whether or not the city of Houston is ready for a fourth team, professional team, and we can support it. But it's going to be cool if it does come here. And he's going to build a new building. He's not going into Toyota. He's going to build his own building.
Right.
It's interesting. Tillman has been talking about the possibility and having Toyota Center, but it's Friedkin that's getting it.
You'd have to have your own building because you couldn't be beholden. That's a revenue source. Why would you?
Also competition for Tillman in concert is a concert venue as well.
Oh yeah. Well, Dan Friedkin's got long money now. He ain't
Dan
gonna
Friedkin
just be whatever you say, Tillman. That's not gonna be the thing. So
that's not it. That's not it at all.
The reason that you get one of the reasons you get new stadiums is you have to have a plan for additional revenue, and that revenue, like you said, is concert venues. Now, Toyota Center is a good concert venue. It's always been a good concert venue, but I would expect this venue. How big are hockey venues? They can't be.
Same 16, 17, 18,000.
Right, that's same.
Yeah.
If he does it all over again, if he reaches out to me to be part of a community outreach where I give him advice on stuff, I'm going to tell him, make it tighter, make it more vertical. Don't have it go so wide.
He might have a board. He might have a board, and you can get on it, and you can advise him on how to get Frisbee events there.
No, we're not going to do that. I'm going to play it straight. I'm going to be like, here's the food you should have. Make it go up, not out wide.
Right.
There's some other ideas I have.
Okay.
About offsides.
You have some other ideas about offsides?
Yeah, you have a 2-minute period where all offsides are legal. You can cherry pick.
Wow.
Increase scoring.
Do you have a particular point in the game where this takes place?
It could be a certain type of penalty, or it could be if a team is down 3.
Ooh.
Maybe if a team is down 3.
Maybe last 2 minutes of each period.
John might be on the board too, where you come up with different ideas for, like, can you ask Bettman about this?
Yeah.
Because NBA has, they've never officially done it, but there's been talk about maybe making a 4-point shot.
Right. Yeah.
Kind of in that same vein. I'm an idea man. It's no big deal.
Yeah, I've heard that about you.
Yeah. I'm sure Mr. Friedkin will take that under consideration. The cherry picking, and go to Gary Bettman with it.
What about 3-on-3 fights at the end of a game? If there's certain
to decide a tie instead of overtime?
Yeah, I mean,
or shootout, which is what they do now.
Okay, would the purists won't like it, but would the fans like it?
Yeah, a 3-on-3 fight.
Yeah. Whoever the last one is standing, they win that match.
The game.
They win the game.
Mm-hmm.
It's a game.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's a game.
Something no one's talked about doing.
That's true, and there's probably a reason for that.
Yeah, because not forward thinking.
Yeah.
Sure.
And it's a sweater, not a kit or a jersey. It's a sweater.
They call them sweaters?
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Hockey sweater.
Yeah, it's a hockey sweater.
That's
so we got
that's holding the game back.
Get the terminology right.
Yeah, well, we got to change that terminology.
You want to change it to
You
what?
want to change that?
A top?
Sweaters? That's not going to get people hyped on hockey. Guys, did you buy your sweater?
Well, it wouldn't be in that accent.
Well, if you're buying a sweater, Yeah, they're jerseys.
Have you
That's
seen
what they are.
You think Ryan Lashane says it like that when he puts on his hockey sweater?
No, he doesn't say
No,
that.
I don't think so.
Plus, I'm going to Canada. His Canada Day. He's bringing back a booze can this Sunday. So
To celebrate what? Just
I get
Canada?
I'm able to start drinking again on Sunday. So I might as well do it. Yeah, he's celebrating Canada.
What
so
are they doing that he needs to celebrate?
It's their, I guess, their Independence Day or something. I don't know.
From the
a big-
Crown? Who are they independent from?
I don't even know.
The French, the
I don't
English?
care. I just eat the food and drink the drink. I don't care.
Poutine? Is that on the menu?
Yeah, poutine will be on there for years. Oh, Cinco de Mayo. That's whenever Mexico. No, it's actually not. It has nothing to do with independence. It's not even ours. We just took it over. We just appropriated it.
Well, we just appropriated.
Yeah,
margaritas
St. Patrick's
and
Day.
Mexican
That's
food.
mine too. St. Patrick's Day is mine too.
Yeah.
Cinco de Mayo, mine. Canada
Cinco de
Day.
Mayo,
I've
4th of
taken
July.
over
Is that
Canada
your?
Day.
Is 4th of July yours?
Yeah, 4th
Well,
of
that
July
would
belongs
be-
to me.
His, yes.
Okay.
And the rest of us.
And St. Patty's Day, that belongs to you. What
Not
about
to
Saint,
me.
What about St. Joseph's Day?
I don't know what
Yeah.
that is. What is
That's
that?
Italian.
What
That's
happens-
what that
it is.
is.
No,
What happens-
St. Joseph
what
is
happens
mine
on that
too.
day?
Yeah.
I got that one too.
What about Hitler Day?
That's not
There's
a
no,
day
that's not a
anyone's
day,
taking.
dummy.
Okay. All right.
Hitler Day. This shows why you're an atrocity. Shut up, you stupid ass. Shut up, you dummy. Hitler Day. What about Mussolini Day?
Yeah. What about Mussolini
Where you take
Day?
all the bad people, you take the bad people in the streets and just whack them. Your wife, get your wife in here too. She's
Yeah.
getting it too.
What about? Oh, I guess Hitler Day. We all go to Argentina. That's what
Well,
we do.
that's not
Everybody
what
just
Hitler
goes
did.
to Argentina.
He didn't make it.
Hitler went bye-bye.
Allegedly.
Oh, really? Did he?
No, I'm pretty sure he's not Tupac Hitler. He really, really went down.
Well, did he get his sinuses worked on by Dr. Kaplan?
No.
No,
Let's
no,
not
he
say
didn't.
that Dr. Kaplan worked on Hitler.
Yeah, John, you can go ahead and turn your mic
Yeah,
off
you're
now.
done
You've
for-
done enough damage
Thank you.
for the last 120 seconds. Cut his mic off, Dell.
Bye, John.
Let me tell you about Dr. Michael Kaplan. What he does do well is what he did with me on Friday. Now, I'm dealing with a little bit of the cold, so I've had some little carryover in terms of stuffiness. I'm having some stuffiness after my deviated. So I had the old, what I call the double bubble. I had a deviated septum corrected, and I had the balloon sinuplasty. Two different radio hosts I know here in Houston, including one I was at the game with yesterday, had the balloon sinuplasty, and we were talking about it. And or one had a deviated septum, one had the sinuplasty. And it's pretty much the same thing. I mean, what you get is there's a clear out. There's a recovery time, and it takes, it takes 2 or 3 days. But I was literally at a World Cup match the very next day. Then there's a little bit of stuffiness, and then it starts to clear out, and you're taking your medicine, and all of a sudden, like, wait a minute. Yesterday, I had a moment where I said, I am breathing out of my left nostril like I never have in my entire life. This is insane. I've never experienced this before. And the reason is simple. The procedures are incredible. If you've got sinuses that have been a problem your entire life, and it causes a lot of force and pressure on your head, it causes you sinus headaches, maybe causes ringing in the ears, you're a perfect candidate, an absolute perfect candidate for Dr. Michael Kaplan. He is so great. His PAs are awesome. They're an entire ENT location. So ear, nose, throat. If you need an ear, nose, throat doctor, and we all do, for ringing in the ears, ear problems, ear cleaning, sore throats, issue with your throats or your nose, your sinuses, your allergies, one-stop shop. They've got it all. Give them a call today, 713-903-8049. They can set up very convenient appointment times for you, 713-903-8049, or go to the website and learn more about this, including the balloon sinuplasty, which is an absolute game changer, at kaplansinuscenter.com.
You're listening to John and Lance.
Broadcasting live from the Huntington Bank Studios, here's John Granado and Lance Zierlein.
All right, we haven't gotten to the NBA draft yet. A.J. DeBanza goes first. Darren Peterson goes to Utah. He didn't want to, but oh well. Somebody's got to go there. Cam Boozer, Caleb Wilson. Went according to Hoyle. Keaton Wagler, Michael Brown, Darius Acuff. I think Darius Acuff's going to be really good.
The
Kingston
mock
Flemings.
drafters got it pretty right, I noticed.
The what?
The mock drafters got it pretty right.
I mean, it's almost.
NBA mock draft, I was like, this is pretty much most of what they said in the top 10.
Yaxel Lendeborg went a little higher than thought. The player of the year from Michigan. Mara, the big, tall guy. I mean, Michigan had three guys. Morris Johnson Jr. Michigan had a bunch. Nate Ament. Dalen Swain from Texas goes to the Bulls after Caleb Wilson went to the Bulls. So the Texas guard goes there. And then Chris, is there anybody else that we don't know? Chris Senac. Senac goes to Boston. So you had your two Cougs go in the first round. Senac goes to Boston. I'm not sure he doesn't get lost on the bench a little bit in the first year. And it'll be tough for him to, crack that lineup. But maybe he will.
Year one is going to be tough.
Yeah,
and everyone who was writing mock drafts, every place they put him for teams in the 20s, because it was always teams in the 20s, they said probably won't play a whole lot his first year. Has to get stronger. The big thing is has to get bigger, has to get stronger, has to get a little bit more physical. And so, it's continue developing that three-point shot as a stretch four, and then continue getting a little bit bigger and stronger, develop into more of a consistent shot blocker, stuff like that. It's become so weird. I know this has been going on a while, but there's never any talk like, needs to maybe add a second shot with his back to the basket, needs to work on a jump hook. You just never say that anymore about a 6'10", 6'11", 7-footer. You never say, can stand to maybe improve his footwork a little bit around the basket to become a more efficient low post scorer. That's not even who says that about a player? Mm-hmm. For what? He needs to shoot threes. That's what he needs to be able to do. Just shoot a bunch of threes. Can he shoot and make threes?
He was probably supposed to go there anyway, but Morez Johnson Jr. is with his head coach, Dusty May, now in Dallas. It'll be interesting to see how May does it in Dallas with Cooper Flagg. And now Johnson's a good player. So, we'll see. I think Acuff is going to be one of the bigger surprises of this draft. Really good player. And DeBanza, how does Darren Peterson adapt in Utah? I don't know.
Well, like all those guys,
I've seen too where basketball people are saying, who might be the best guy in this draft is Caleb Wilson out of North Carolina. He got hurt, so he didn't get, he wasn't as acclaimed as the other guys. But the Bulls might have gotten a really good one there.
I think they did. DeBanza's, I wish the Rockets had a top 3 pick this year, but DeBanza's really, I think DeBanza's really good. I mean, he's the first pick of the draft. Obviously, I'm not saying anything. But with his size, the way he plays at his size, Boozer may be safe, and there was some talk about the safe guy at 2 instead of Darren Peterson. And I'm not sure that maybe that's not going to – wouldn't shock me if Caleb Wilson ends up being, like you just said, either the first or second best player in this draft. And Peterson ends up being one of those guys who disappoints because he's always out. And then you've got Boozer, who's just a rock-solid player. It seems like the third pick, we had it with Jabari Smith. Cam Boozer – to me, is more likely to be a more impactful player than Jabari Smith. But I could see Cam Boozer being a solid but not great. I don't know that he'll ever be an all-star.
Yeah, I know he looks like he could be very solid. And that's probably what Utah could have used as opposed to a guy who has trouble staying on the court and looking like he cares. And especially in a place where he said beforehand he had no interest in. So,
well, if you don't care, like if lifestyle is a big part of who you're going to be in the NBA, Utah's not going to be for you. It's not. No. It's not built for the NBA lifestyle.
No. But
And that's not. I'm not saying anything that people who have ever lived there don't know. People who've lived there have told me this. Matt Thomas has told me this. It's Matt worked there, and it's just not built for. It's not built for everyone. It's
he's
a
not
really
going to
nice
look
place.
like a lot of people there.
Well,
he's
no,
going to look different.
no, but it's even more than that. Like there's places there's not a lot of places to go. There's not things. It's like you're living in. It's like living in a much nicer Green Bay, I guess. The people don't drink as much.
A lot nicer.
Obviously, it's actually there's a lot of things different than Green Bay, but actually Utah's beautiful. Man, Utah's really beautiful.
It's very Salt Lake is a pretty city.
But
very.
no, Matt Thomas just told me it was one of those things where if you're not part of the community, everyone's really friendly, but then not that a 19-year-old or 20-year-old kid, this is not really going to be for him anyway. But there's just not a lot of places to hang out and chase and run and be a young guy. It's a lot more limited. Road trips are going to be very welcome for a young guy who wants to go live the life. Now, if you're about ball, Utah could be fine for you if you're about ball.
Yeah, no, and plus he's going to be a celebrity there, so it might be easier for him than Matt Thomas. We'll see.
Well, Matt was married already, but I know what you're saying. What do you mean by easier, John?
Well, I mean he'll be more accepted because there's Darren Peterson.
Yeah.
Hey,
well,
people,
Darren's
people
not looking to get.
over.
Darren's
and
not
don't
looking
forget,
to get invited.
That's the only
to,
game in town,
right.
like the Packers in Green Bay. The only game in town, so everybody falls all over you when you're.
Darren's not looking to get invited to anyone's house either. Like Matt's, like if you're not part of the Mormon religion, they don't invite you to their house to hang. Hey, let's all get together and have dinner together. That doesn't exist. And so it's like once work is over, all right, I'll see you tomorrow, and that's that. I'm not sure Darren Peterson's looking to go to anyone's house or like, why don't we get our wives together and go have dinner together? That's not really going to be what Darren Peterson or any NBA player is probably thinking anyway.
Right.
Not if we're being honest about it.
Right. 713-780-3776. Let's break now because Glenn Davis at the top of the hour. Brought to you by Kaplan Sinus Relief. We got a lot to talk to him about. Right now, we're talking about HRP, hrp.net, 281-880-6525. Those are my peeps. I sent them a picture with my HRP koozie over my beer while I was playing in the tournament this past weekend. And they were all, yeah, what a great day. What a great time. I was spreading the word about HRP in Los Angeles. It doesn't matter where your business is. You could have branches everywhere in the world. HRP, don't bother them. They have got the technology to get it done no matter where it is, no matter how many people. Now, you got, I would say, 15 to 20 employees because otherwise it doesn't make that much sense. But you got 15 to 20 to 80,000, 90, 100,000, whatever. Nothing bothers HRP. They'll get it done. Different states, different laws, different taxes. It doesn't matter. HRP gets it done. It's incredible technology that actually I've heard Mike Holly, the owner, he says, yeah, people are trying to buy it from me and I'm not doing it. I want to be here. I want to take care of my people. I don't want them to be now having to deal with a bigger conglomerate that's not going to give them the same kind of service. The service that we get with HRP is incredible. It is incredible. We know everybody. You will know them. You will get to know all the peeps over at HRP, and they will make sure they're doing everything to make you successful. That's not the case with these huge admin companies. It's not personalized. This is hrp.net, 281-880-6525. You need that payroll to your people or that HR, hrp.net.
You're listening to Houston's longest-running sports radio morning show.
On ESPN 97.5 and the ESPN Houston app.
From the Huntington Bank Studios, here's John and Lance.
We got Glenn Davis coming up top of the hour to talk about what went on yesterday and what's going on today. But Anthony has been holding. Let's get him in here. Shortest wait times in the business. What's up, Anthony?
Hey, guys. Best show. I forgot about the guy who called. I forgot his name. Called yesterday. Really anti-soccer. And there's a way you do it. I guess his, in my opinion, was kind of racist. So I don't like soccer. Don't care about the World Cup. If it was a famous soccer player in front of me, I wouldn't know who he was at all. But it should have came, like Dale said, with a different topic. Like, hey, why nobody believes that McNabb is a Hall of Fame quarterback? Or what backup quarterback that we can get here to replace C.J. Stroud when he starts choking again? You know, topics like that. Stuff that people in America care about. All right, you guys have a blessed day. Bye.
Yeah, if you're going to come and you're going to say, I don't want to hear soccer talk, and Dell says, well, what do you want to hear us talk about right now? Because
Swimming.
Because they're don't say swimming because you've made a joke, but then we'll turn a joke into an 8-minute segment.
Yeah.
You've got to be careful, sir. You know you can't just say stuff
Words
like that.
have meaning,
Words
sir.
have consequences.
They have consequences.
Words have consequences, except for John. But words have consequences for some people.
Yes, my
What's
words
the most
have
recent thing John may have said that won't have any consequences?
I'm not going to say. I'll just keep doing a show. I'll just keep doing a show.
We love you, Dr. Kaplan. Don't worry about John.
That's right. I actually go to see him today. I do a post-op today, so I'm pretty excited about that. And I'm going to go see my dad. I'm going to do the show from my dad's house tomorrow. But it was my dad's like, Lancey, I need you to pick up some salt. I guess he has to put salt in his water filtration system. He's like, can you lift it okay with your nose? Like, yeah. I'm not going to bust a bunch of stitches open. Yeah, I can lift bags of salt. It's okay. I'm not really talking to my dad about any World Cup, but he also hasn't been bagging on the Astros too much. He wasn't real happy he couldn't find them the other day when they were on MLB.com or whatever. You know, he's not real happy. He's with the passing of my mom, things have become more difficult for him to find things on TV sometimes, especially because they switched him over from DirecTV to DirecTV streaming. And so, yeah, changes are difficult. And so finding his Astro games where he wants to find them are usually it's not that hard. I mean, usually they're on, well, for me, it's 674. For him, whatever channel it is now.
Would you consider hiring a part-time IT guy for your father?
No, but he did ask me the other day, and I think I told you guys this, where he said, hey, I'm sending you something. I got something that looks weird, and I just need to know because it has to do with, you know, I apparently somebody is saying I made a charge on PayPal, $875. I said, you didn't. Don't do anything. Delete it. And come to me every time you see something. He said, because it was made from Nigeria. I said, it wasn't. It's a
My
fake.
people always catch it.
It's a fake. Don't. Anytime you see anything that you're not sure about, send it to me.
What about
100% of them, send it to me.
throwing a couple bucks the intern's way to be your assistant when it comes to your father's IT issues?
I mean, I would do that, but
Yeah.
they'd have to be able to get there.
Oh,
He
they have to
somehow
drive.
signed
Oh,
out.
they
Yeah,
have
they have
to
to get
be
to New
there.
Braunfels.
Wow.
He signed out of, somehow he got signed out of some of his streaming services. Like, he just couldn't watch Yellowstone. He wanted to finish Yellowstone, but just couldn't because he signed out. So, like, guess that's just over.
Oh, man.
Like, well, you're paying for it, so we need to get you signed back in. So he's got some things, a list of things for me to do. I gotta check, you know, it's just small things. He canceled all of his credit cards yesterday and then found his wallet. So now he has nothing. He's got to wait for his credit cards to get in again.
Tough.
Debit cards, like,
He was doing the smart thing.
I'd have just kept looking if I were you, Dad. No, he did. Actually, that is the smart thing. It's just probably look a little longer. I don't think anyone's getting into your garage way out there in New Braunfels, out in the area where you are, out in kind of the country. I could have left my garage door open. Yeah, I know, but I just don't think a band of marauding teenagers were stealing stuff out of your garage.
I've got a bit of a concern with that because Amazon delivered a package at 6:30 in the morning. So I just gotta hope once
Yeah.
I get home.
Oh, right now?
Yeah,
Have you
Yep.
ever gotten porch pirated?
I've had it where it appeared someone opened the package to see what was inside, didn't
Really?
like what it was,
I've
and then
seen
kept
that.
it moving.
I've seen that too, and I wondered if that's what it was.
That's what it looked like. Now sometimes the Amazon package gets damaged in transport,
Yeah.
but it did appear that someone did enough to see. I don't want this. I'll leave it. So we'll see. 6:30
All right.
in the
I don't
morning.
think I've ever
Dal
had
just
anything
gets
stolen.
lawn pooped. That's what he gets.
Yeah, and it almost happened again, but
Yeah,
the
but
dog
you-
didn't do its sinful business, so we didn't have an issue.
Right,
It didn't
right.
complete it. Had to
Right.
keep,
How
keep
much?
it moving.
How much NBA draft
Well-
did you guys watch? Just real quick.
I kept track. I didn't really watch.
Yeah, that's what I did. I kept the
just kept
draft
track,
tracker.
too.
I didn't.
I
Rockets
didn't
didn't,
watch
have,
either.
Rockets didn't have a
I-
pick. What do I
They'll
care?
have a pick tonight. Yeah.
I missed young Mr. Evans. Did you see this? He had $4 million worth of jewelry. Isaiah
Is
Evans.
that the guy who did not get drafted yesterday?
Oh boy.
He was in the green room and did not get drafted.
He had a $3 million brooch and then a wallet chain that was $1
broke as
million.
a
Now I got
let you on the scene to
now-
back up the first team.
now
That's
I gotta
terrible.
find out what a second rounder makes.
Well, that better be. Now he could have been just also
No,
borrowing.
he's just wearing
Yeah.
it.
He was borrowing.
Well, let's
jewelry.
ask Glenn Davis how much jewelry he has.
Well, let me
Let's
click
do that
this
on the other side right
round two
here.
mock draft. I'll look and
Glenn
see where it
Davis
goes.
brought to you by Kaplan Sinus Relief. Don't go anywhere. All right, welcome back. Bringing in Glenn Davis every morning at 8 o'clock to talk about the World Cup. And here he is once again. He called the game yesterday in Houston. And I got to tell you, Glenn, these two were denigrating the great name of Cristiano Ronaldo. Of course, because I'm a fan. I'm a Cristiano Ronaldo fan. And they were denigrating, and here he steps up, 2 goals, selflessly allows a teammate to score another instead of going for the hat trick. Just one of the great
he
players
stayed in the whole
in
match.
the game.
Went for the hat trick.
If not the greatest player in the game.
Stayed in for the full 96. Look for the hat trick.
These two just are ridiculous. Your take on what Cristiano Ronaldo did yesterday?
Okay, so we all know he's a polarizing figure. We also know he's one of the most recognized human beings on the planet, which factors into all of this. We also know he's a legendary soccer player. Nobody's ever taking away what this man has done in the game. And you're not playing at 41 unless you're incredibly disciplined, you take care of yourself, and you respect the sport. Now, that said, there is a side of him that people might think is selfish. So we went from the first game where he didn't move out of the penalty area, didn't really do anything, didn't have a clear chance, didn't have the support of his teammates, and it ends in a 0-0 draw against Congo. Then yesterday, they get Uzbekistan, the weakest team in the group. I think we have to remind people that. I knew he was going to score yesterday. That's just typical Ronaldo. And it was pretty iconic and unbelievable. Forget about the opposition. The fact that he scored these 2 goals, he's mouthing into the camera, I'm back. I was kind of like, well, I thought you said the other day you hadn't left yet, but whatever. I have immense respect for the guy. This might be a Band-Aid until we see them get a competitive team, and they're going to get a competitive team in their next game, Colombia. But as far as the moment and the day, incredible at Houston Stadium because the whole stadium was filled with people there to see Ronaldo. I'm not even sure, first and foremost, they're there to see Portugal. In fact, there was a young lady, I was walking out with her boyfriend, and she had this giant hat that was all Portugal and all in Portugal colors and everything, so I'm figuring she's from Portugal. And I said, well, what'd you think of it? Where are you guys from? What part of Portugal? Oh, we're from Honduras.
Wow.
So there's this theory, and it makes a lot of sense because he's such a popular athlete, and it's the age of technology, and I think he's the most followed person in the world on Instagram. There's this theory that there's a lot of people there just to see him, and they're wearing his Portugal jersey, yet they're not actually from Portugal. So that's just kind of my take on it, but it was exciting. Look, the reason he got more opportunities yesterday is what we talked about on my way to the stadium. They got more width. They spread out Uzbekistan. This was always going to be a big challenge for them. They got a wide game. Their vaunted midfield of Vitinha and Joao Neves and Bruno all came to the party, so it was great.
It was a really great atmosphere yesterday, and I got to take it in and was able to sit with Kaká and talk to his brother. I talked to his brother a lot, who was his agent and also played a little bit of soccer. And we were talking about the dynamic of Cristiano Ronaldo before the match, and he said something very similar, Glenn. He just talked about the fact, he said, the problem you have if you're Portugal at this stage is he is Portugal. Yeah, right. He is Portugal. So if you try to bring him off the bench, you're alienating the crowd in the stadium for sure. Not to mention what it means around Portugal. If you try to do what's best for Ronaldo, you're not doing what's best for the team. If you try to do what's best for the team, you're going to take. He just said it's just a very difficult position to be in right now, but he did acknowledge, he said, he can still really play. It's just the problem is you can't, it's hard to act like this is a 34-year-old Ronaldo or a 33-year-old Ronaldo. It's Messi is still scoring the same way he always has, but it's different. It's just different for Portugal. It's kind of a no-win.
Well, let me just say
no-win
this to that, 'cause
situation.
You're bringing up a really, really good point. First of all, because he's the number, like I said the other day, and it's true, if he ran for president of Portugal, he'd win.
Right.
Okay? And anybody who goes to Portugal sees Ronaldo everywhere. Part of the job of a coach is to make sure you have public sentiment behind you, right? Can you imagine being the coach who's going to sever ties with Ronaldo at this point, no matter what? The other interesting thing is the coach is Roberto Martinez. Ronaldo plays for Al Nasser in Saudi Arabia. Right now, it's not confirmed, but there is negotiation with Roberto Martinez to be the coach of Al Nassr in Saudi Arabia. Okay, so that adds a little bit of a different perspective to the whole thing, right? So you have to factor in these things. A lot of times we don't know a lot about this. As for the free kick, I was on air on that, and I said before he took it, I said this actually sets up where this ball is placed in relation to the wall and the goal, that this sets up better for a left-footed player. I don't know if this was about being unselfish. I think this was more about being a smarter soccer person. The angle he would have had taking that free kick wasn't good. It was better for Nuno Mendes with a left foot. So I just said on the air before it, I said, don't be surprised if Nuno Mendes hits this. And, of course, he does. He buries it into the corner because of where the ball was in relation to the goal. So, anyway, it was a dramatic day. I'm glad you were out there, Lance. It was a lot of fun. The environment was incredible again, and Houston's really living large right now in its presentation of its games out at Houston Stadium.
Glenn Davis brought to you by Kaplan Sinus Relief. Anything else from you got the draw, England and Ghana draw, a scoreless draw? In this world of sports, and you guys know this as much as I do, we take the temperature sometimes way too fast on everything, right? And it's whatever happens on the day. So England comes out, plays great attacking soccer. Everybody, it's incredible. It's great. What a performance. Who needs Cole Palmer? Who needs Phil Foden? Well, now they draw with Ghana, and it's, why didn't Phil Foden and Cole Palmer get picked? Tuchel blew it, you know. So the temperature goes by the game. I think it was disappointing for England, but again, I think it's showing that there are a lot of teams that are still defending deep in low blocks. They're successful. It's their way of bridging the talent gap. And you're going to continue to see that as the tournament goes on, and you will see somebody, a big team, get knocked out because of that. Croatia and Ghana is going to be big on Saturday. There is a developing situation with Algeria and Austria, Glenn, that game on Saturday, that match on Saturday, the winner actually loses. The winner is probably going to get Spain, and the loser is going to have an easier draw. And so how do you this has happened. It's not like this has happened the first time, but that is interesting to see if you don't win by losing in that match.
Yeah, that may be one of the things that nobody knew about going into a 48-team tournament. I wasn't aware of that, so thanks for telling me about that. Because now you're straddling the line of tournament navigation and integrity to the game. So, yeah, I don't really have a lot more to say on that.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do. If hey, let's.
If you don't put an effort in, it's almost like you're fixing a game.
Yeah, right. So, you've got that to watch for. That'll be Saturday night at 7. So you got that, actually at 9.
Right.
You got that to look forward to.
Mexico's going today. I want to ask you about the U.S. They want to win. Obviously, they're already in. They're going to be. We would assume they're going to be careful. We talked about this with anyone with yellow cards, and so. But the team is still a talented team. They still got some pretty good depth. How likely is it that they go 9 points for 9 points? And how much of tomorrow is about just putting on a good show, keeping everyone healthy, and how much is about trying to go out there and get what some would say is a meaningless win, but I think all things considered, taking 9 points right off the bat and continuing a good run, all of that just builds momentum for your sport in the country.
Yeah, I think that's the attitude Mauricio Pochettino has. He doesn't like to lose, and he's going to demand that you get a result against Turkey, and you get a result with some players that haven't had a lot of opportunity to play. It's an opportunity to get their feet wet into the swimming pool and to be feeling good about the tournament. You expand that part of it. But, no, they're going out to win. It'll be interesting to see what Turkey has, because this has been a national catastrophe for them, the fact that they came here and failed in their first two games. So, but I'm 100%. I feel very strongly that Mauricio Pochettino does not want to take the foot off the pedal, no matter who plays. And it's, I agree, important to get a result. Look, if you were to play reserves and you have a poor game and you lose 3-0, it's a bit of a buzzkill, right? In a big way. And this is a lot about maintaining momentum and maintaining interest, excitement. I mean, we have this incredible support now coming from the U.S. People are feeling very prideful about the team, the players, what they represent, how they're going about their business, both on and off the field, and the focus and intensity on the competition and not other things. So, you want to keep that going.
I haven't asked you this. I don't know if those guys did while I was off the couple of days, but I know you love the game and you're a big protector of the game. What's your thoughts on the hydration break?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of them. I even heard an announcer say yesterday, we're coming back for the last quarter, and that really resonated in my brain while I was watching that game. No, it changes the game. It changes the way managers have to look at the game. We've all seen really clear examples of a team with tremendous momentum. You hit hydration break, and all of a sudden it flips. We saw that in the Netherlands-Sweden game. But that's happened a number of times, that when the hydration break comes, it's an opportunity to reboot teams, get teams refocused, collect themselves. Coaches talk to people. Players are interacting. So I'm not a fan of it, because the sport is a free-flowing sport, and what we don't want to do to it, in my opinion, is do things that now stop and start the game. It's a game of rhythm and tempo, and it's a game of improvisation. And you add these things, and you're now really going after the integrity of the sport.
Yeah, John, you haven't been to a match. I don't know if you can tell on TV. They boo like crazy every hydration break.
Booing.
In every stadium, massive booing every time it goes to a hydration break.
Yeah, I can see that. And is this something that has been around a while? You cover your mouth and you get a red card?
What, so you can't drop slurs on people?
That's a new one. I think the only person that got caught doing it is Miguel Almiron of Paraguay.
What's the reasoning behind that?
Slurs?
Yeah. I think it's saying things that are not good to say, and I think he just made a mistake. He probably didn't remember the rule was there, and he just put his hand up. I mean, you don't assume that just because somebody's putting a hand to mouth means they're doing something nasty and bad.
Right.
They might be trying to say something about tactics or whatever.
Right.
So
if he's talking to his own guys, I mean, but whatever. How much? Well, you played in a different time, and I'm sure you heard a lot of things on the pitch that you were just like, wow, that's pretty ugly to say.
Oh, believe me, it was a much different time.
Yes, much different time. But
believe me, it was a much different time.
Is there a lot of trash talking on the pitch?
There's some for sure. There's a lot of individual matchups, and the later you get in games, and your brain is, you're fighting your mental side of the sport, and I think there's some of it, and a lot of it happens between defenders and attackers. But it's just natural in sports. It's competition. People have emotions. You can control them sometimes. Sometimes you can't. It's natural.
Yeah. I mean, is it like Bird or Jordan? You can't cover me. You can't check me.
Yeah, there's some of that stuff, sure.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Sure, but remember, you don't have timeouts, so you can't spend too much time doing that stuff. You have to be focused on what you're doing.
Yeah.
But if
absolutely.
you're marking a center forward, sometimes there's conversation between the two.
What are you looking for today? We've got today we got Bosnia Herzegovina against Qatar. We got Switzerland, Canada, Morocco, Haiti, Scotland, Brazil, Czechia, Mexico, and South Africa, South Korea. 6 games today, not just 4.
Yeah, Switzerland, Canada, that's to win Group B. Bosnia, Herzegovina, I mean, it's basically win or go home. Scotland, Brazil, that's got history to it from past World Cups. The Scots are one of the stories off the field for drinking all the beer in America, but the other part of it is that they had a period against Morocco where they had Morocco reeling and actually talking to themselves. Morocco, Haiti, Morocco can win the group. Czech Republic, Mexico. Mexico has not been impressive. Let's see if they play some good football in this final match here against the Czech Republic. There is a rumor that Memo Ochoa might play, which I think is the stupidest thing you could possibly do because they're trying to get him some kind of award from FIFA for playing in a certain amount of World Cups. Why would you do that after goalkeeping has been an issue with your team?
Yeah.
And your goalkeeper, Rangel, made a huge, huge save at the end of the last game. You would just wrap your arms around Rangel and say, "You're our guy." You know, why would you do that to satisfy somebody's personal stuff? And I hope that doesn't happen. I really hope that.
By the way,
doesn't
John,
happen.
Memo Ochoa is the kicker who was at the Texans facility who made that 60-yard field goal. You saw the viral.
we
that
were
was
watching,
it was Memo Ochoa.
I mean, it was effortless.
Yeah, the goalkeeper just.
Well, he was in his time a great goalkeeper. But you're trying to win the tournament here. You're not satisfying individuals, I don't think. I really hope that doesn't happen. But if it does happen, it is a little testament to where Mexico is now. It always seems very political around that team. Every one of these national teams has politics. But, boy, in Mexico, it just seems to be everywhere. And I don't think they've played very well in the first 2 games outside of defending. I think they've defended well. But let's see what they have in attack in this game. South Africa, South Korea. South Korea can advance with a draw there. So, yeah, big day. Big day.
Yeah. Yep. Now we start to get. This is the third.
We're getting into the nitty-gritty.
Yeah, the third and final round of the group play, and let's go. U.S. tomorrow, a late game tomorrow night. So we are looking forward to that, and we will talk to you about that tomorrow, Glenn, right here on ESPN 97.5, brought to you by Kaplan Sinus Relief. Glenn Davis, every morning right here on ESPN 97.5 at 8 a.m. Great stuff again. We appreciate it, and we will talk to you again tomorrow.
Guys, thanks so much as always, and I'm really enjoying speaking to you guys in the morning. It's a lot of fun, and I hope those that are really heavily into the World Cup are enjoying it too.
Yep, I think they are. We're getting some great response. Great response. Glenn Davis, every morning, brought to you by Kaplan Sinus Relief. Taking a break. Don't go anywhere. ESPN 97.5.
It's John and Lance.
On ESPN 97.5 and the ESPN Houston app.
Live from the Huntington Bank Studios, here's John Granado and Lance Zierlein.
All right, welcome back. John and Lance along with Dell. We talked good stuff with Glenn, as always. We talked about NBA draft. Had some of that. We talked about the Astros. By the way, Jeremy Pena pinch hit yesterday and hit a grounder to beat out a double play. Couldn't beat it up, but man, he had to run down. So
Must be
I guess
okay.
he's fine.
Yeah, it must be okay.
Yeah, he looked good. He running down the line as hard as he could. We talked about a lot of soccer on the show this morning. Cristiano Ronaldo, greatest player ever, and he proved it yesterday. So there is that. We talked hockey with the Dan Friedkin. It looks like he is the guy that is going to bring hockey to Texas. Not sure if it's going to be Austin or Houston, but Houston is the favorite. Houston is the big favorite. We haven't talked about Becky Hammon yet.
Yeah. We
Hammon-
did when it was happening. Becky Hammon obviously famously said, little guys can't win championships.
Can't win the championship.
Yeah, like
Little guys
you can't
cannot
win with
win.
little guy being the best player on the team.
Yeah. Yeah, and she was obviously wrong. And I don't know did she admit it so much? People
Well, she
are
said a
pulling
couple
back
things.
on her, saying, not sure this is exactly that she's actually contrite. Or she didn't say she was wrong.
Initially, she said he is an outlier. He beat the odds,
Yeah.
like Steph and Isaiah. Pretty much said NBA history says it's very hard to do. He did it. Congratulations to him. But I'm not going to apologize for an opinion. That's what ESPN pays me for, to have an opinion.
But it's not really – is it an opinion?
She had an
That
opinion
guys
that he
can't
could
get
not
them
win.
small.
Her
Well,
opinion
if
was
it-
he couldn't win.
Well, your opinion is wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
But she said she's not
That's an opinion.
apologizing for
She's
an
not going to
opinion.
apologize for her opinion.
Oh, yeah.
They
In
asked if
my-
she would apologize. She didn't say. Now, I don't know that she's even saying she's wrong. She called him basically an outlier.
And she had another media availability yesterday, and before really any question got asked, here's what she said.
All right, we'll start with some questions in the room, and then we'll head to Zoom if we have some time.
Wait, I have a comment.
Oh,
To start. I was wrong. I was wrong. My opinion was wrong. Okay, let's go.
Is that really her?
Yes, she had heard, I guess, that she wasn't contrite enough for people,
Right.
so she gave them that.
Well, she didn't say I was wrong. She said he's an outlier.
That's what I'm saying. She had heard that she hadn't been sorry enough for her opinion, so she hit everyone with that, and then she allowed people to ask her questions. Guys, is this what you want? I'll give it to you. Can we move on?
Yeah. Right. And, she was wrong. Sometimes opinions are wrong, and she was wrong. So
It does seem like she's like trying to avoid it some, though. It's okay to say, I missed on that one. I mean, it's okay
Yeah.
to say that. It doesn't
Yeah.
seem like she's kind of fighting against that a little bit. But
I mean, how often-
but realistically, she's right. But historically, she's going to be right many more times than she's wrong. And it also took unbelievable comebacks. Two unbelievable. I mean, they were down double digits and if they had a team with a little bit more age and experience, the Knicks may go out in 5. So, but she was wrong. It ended up being wrong, but I don't think the sentiment is wrong.
But she's never going to apologize.
No, she's never going to apologize.
That's what
Well,
she
she
said.
shouldn't have to apologize for having an opinion.
She was asked a question. She got it wrong. It's fine. We get stuff wrong.
yeah.
It happens.
It absolutely happens. And then you had quite the controversy in the Ghana-England game where Ghana was on a break and it was a clear foul in the box, which should have resulted in a penalty kick, and nothing. I mean, somebody tweeted you. Messi, I've seen a lot less with Messi, and he gets the call, no call for Ghana. Well, their manager had this to say about the no call.
So his name is Carlos Queiroz. He is of Portuguese descent, but he is managing Ghana, and yeah, he had some thoughts.
I'm not sure. VAR still working in the World Cup. We still have VAR. Is working. I have some doubts about that because another penalty that they need give to Ghana, clear penalty. VAR went for a coffee, and it's natural. I would like them also to take my coffees once in a while, but it was a clear penalty. Clear penalty, red card. You have any doubts about that? You guys that you saw the game have any doubts about that, or is only me that I was in the game? Sorry for my sarcasm, but if I say this kind of thing serious, they punish me. So I hope you understand that I'm joking.
What was all that, Del? Can you
VAR went for a coffee.
He said, did VAR go for a coffee?
Yeah.
He goes, I get it. I like to go for a coffee too sometimes. Yeah. But, that's a penalty. Ghana should have got a penalty, and I have to say it in this tone because if I say it in a serious tone, they'll fine me.
I am joking.
I'm joking.
You joke. You joke.
Hey, I'm just kidding, guys. I don't want to get fined.
Well, guess what? You're still gonna.
I don't know how FIFA hands out their fines.
I don't. Listen, that is as politically correct as a coach could be when he gets screwed on a call.
Yeah.
If VAR went for a coffee, I like to go for a coffee too.
Yeah, I get it. He said, I got it. I mean, everyone likes to go for a coffee break.
Yeah, it was obvious.
Yeah, I watched it and thought, what are we doing? That's a penalty, right? And they didn't even go to review. I thought the referee should have called the penalty, but okay, you're behind the play. You don't want to make a call like that. VAR intervenes, of course, with all sides. They now can intervene whether a player simulates contact. They can give him a yellow. That happened in the U.S. game against Paraguay where one of our players got a yellow, and then it turns out, nope, no yellow for you, yellow for the Paraguayan player for simulating contact. VAR is supposed to make that decision. And all VAR does, actually, they don't even make the decision. They say, hey, you might want to take a look at it. And then the ref goes over and makes a decision consulting with VAR. So they don't even have to be the final judgment. Just stop the play. Say, hey, man, you need to take a look at this. They didn't even do that. And Ghana could have, if they convert, would have won that match and top the group. Instead, they have to go into their final group stage game. They're in a good spot, but they have to go in the final group stage looking to get a result, tie or win, to advance. They're currently tied with England on points, but England has the goal advantage. They scored more goals.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but they maybe should have lost that game.
Yeah,
maybe should have lost that
if the penalty goes in, they would have lost that game if it was
Absolutely.
called.
Couldn't score.
Yeah, the Ghanaian witch doctor who cursed Harry Kane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see Harry Kane
He took the curse off.
Yeah, well, the match is over. He didn't want to curse Harry Kane for life.
Yeah, I mean, Harry Kane could have been cursed for life.
And Harry Kane missed a big
He's
opportunity
very
late in the game.
responsible by that Ghanaian witch doctor to take it off.
Harry Kane was about 6 yards away from putting one in. That would have given England the lead late.
And he just
Kicked
airmailed it.
Yeah, so the Ghanaian witch doctor did what he needed to do. Shout out to him.
Shout out to the witch doctor.
Yeah, witch doctor helps your team. I mean, that witch
England
doctor
doesn't like playing the African teams. They just, for whatever reason, they get it's too physical for them. They're athletic and beat them down the wings. It's just not it's just they don't match up well at all. And they knew. My guy I was watching with he's an England fan. The guy who invited me to the event, Chris Harris. He said he was really worried about that match. I said, we got to get out of here so you can go watch your match. He goes, I just don't. This is really going to be a hard one for us. This is not the type of match we do well in at all. And he was right. They didn't.
Neither does the U.S. against Ghana.
They didn't look good.
We don't like them.
Yeah, we got Ghana in 2014 though.
Yeah,
the last time we faced them in a big match, we got them. Yeah, but we figured Ghana out eventually. We finally got them. And
Ghana don't want any piece of us. They pray they don't see the U.S.
They don't want no
this
part
year.
of us, John.
Right now, everyone's praying they don't see us, except maybe in the Netherlands. They've got our number.
Well, the Dutch are better than us.
Yeah, they're a little better than us. But pretty much everyone else, Spain, Portugal, they don't want to see the
I
U.S.
don't know about Spain.
Mexico. Pray you don't see
I'm not
SL3.
afraid of Mexico.
Pray you don't see SL3.
Yeah. A home game in this country in a knockout round stage. We beat you in South Korea. We'll beat you here too.
A home game is Mexico.
But
What are you
not
talking
if it's
about?
In Seattle.
There is
not if it's in Seattle.
I'll bet you the Mexicans
bet
are
you-
over 50% in Seattle.
No chance. That's why they put
Yes.
the games up there. No.
You can try all you want. They're getting there.
Stop it. I have watched U.S. qualifying for years.
That's true, you have.
They don't play Mexico in
I'll believe it when I see
in
it.
the southern states for a reason.
I'll believe it when I see it that a U.S. team,
Look,
that a fan base can
it's
measure
happened.
more than
I don't know if
50% of the home
it's
match
happened
against Mexico.
already. It's just that you
And
didn't
on a
see
World
it.
Cup stage?
Well, they've never played each other
Well, that's
in
what I'm saying.
in this country in the World Cup stage. But of course, FIFA controls all this, not the U.S. Soccer Federation. So I don't know if they saw each other where it would be. That's already set in stone as far as the locations. But the U.S. in their history, when they came to the realization that, hey, yeah, we can make a lot of money putting a game in the Rose Bowl against Mexico, but we're outnumbered 8-2, 9-1. Let's move it to a spot where there's a less Mexican-centric population.
be here.
So we put in Columbus.
Can't be here.
That's why they put those games in Columbus and Massachusetts, because they had an advantage there. FIFA will be setting the sights if they happen to meet. But yeah, well, there have been times when the U.S. outnumbered Mexico. Not anywhere south of Kansas City, though.
So you're saying it's too hard to travel that far north?
No, I'm just saying
It's tougher.
It's a longer travel.
And you'd like them going up against Ohio State fans, too, because that's just a little bit more intimidating.
You know what? No one's Mexican
is
fans, and
true.
rightfully so, ain't looking to spend time in Columbus in December.
Antifa could make a trip over to Seattle and maybe get ready to brawl in the streets. I mean, I'm just saying it's a little trip from Portland, but not terrible. We just got some, if they want to try to turn this into some kind of, an intimidating factor. You don't. First of all, you don't want to see Ohio State fans. Now, I don't know how many Ohio State fans are soccer fans, but just Ohio State fans in general
Just
are
that-
always
no,
ready
they're
to.
just
They're always ready to throw
terrible
hands.
people.
So maybe you think, I don't know if I want to go there.
Yeah. I don't
Like
wanna be-
if the Rockets ever play the Knicks in the finals, if I
Right.
go, I'm going to be I'm just going to watch very stoically.
Just have it in Long Island, and trust me, they'll catch it. The Mexican team will catch it because
In
those
Long
people
Island?
up there. All right,
In Long Island?
Is there a soccer
just golf fans up there,
stadium where we
and,
could play
and
a match
Knicks
there?
fans will go, and Knicks fans
Those
will go
fans
too.
will get beat up. I'm not letting Long Island fans try to. They'll
Boy.
just talk real loud and then get their asses kicked.
Well,
Long
Wyndham-
Island. No.
Wyndham Clark had some thoughts on Long Island fan. We'll hear that on the other side. But right now, we're talking about the Golden Nugget Lake
Stop being a
Charles.
villain, then, Wyndham.
We're talking about 2 hours, just over 2 hours down the road. So easy to get to. All right, what does a plane ticket cost to go to Vegas? And if you're bringing your wife, or you want to bring your kids, you can bring them too. And what does that cost with the 2, 3, 4 plane tickets, as opposed to just getting in the car and driving 2 hours, as opposed to coming back to it? It's basically a tank of gas. That's all it takes, okay? Versus the flight, versus going early to the airport. By the time you get to the airport and you're sitting waiting for your flight, you're already on the tables at Lake Charles. And it's a Vegas-style casino, just wonderful. Hotel is fantastic. All the amenities, 12 restaurants. You got the concert hall where you can see comedians or concerts. Check out GoldenNuggetLC.com and look at the schedule of all of the concerts and comedians that they've got coming. You got nightclub. You got everything. You got a pool. The kids can be at the pool all day. But if mom doesn't like to gamble, she can be there as well. You can get a cabana. You want to play golf with the kids, they could do that as well. There's a great golf course. All of it. Everything. I mean, so much easier. So much better. You can do a day trip or just one overnight, where you can't do that in Vegas. You got to stay multiple days. Otherwise, it's not worth it. It's all at GoldenNuggetLC.com. You're looking for a great little getaway. You get your gamble on. GoldenNuggetLC.com.
You're listening to Houston's longest-running sports radio morning show
on ESPN 97.5 and the ESPN Houston app.
From the Huntington Bank Studios, here's John and Lance.
All right, welcome back here on ESPN 97.5, 713-780-3776. If you want to get in here, 713-780-3776. I mean, real quickly, there's talk about, it is going to be, the PGA is going to be, I think in 30, is going to be at Bethpage Black, which is on Long Island as well. And, Shinnecock was on Long Island. And the fans there are just the worst. It's the worst. It is, but they turned on their own, I mean, mercilessly. I've seen multiple guys talking about Scotty Scheffler talked about it. Ryan Fox talked about it. They were like, I couldn't believe how Wyndham Clark, there was no applause when he made a putt, just jeers and applause when he missed greens. And Wyndham Clark was on with Dan Patrick yesterday and listened to the exchange about the fans in New York.
How did you use the crowd to your advantage over the weekend?
Well, a lot of times, they're rooting for you and you build off the momentum. This time there wasn't much momentum, but it definitely, it made me kind of gear down and use the negative things that people are saying to fuel the fire that's, within inside me. And that's kind of exactly what happened. Anytime I heard something negative, I replaced it with something positive. And I just loved when I made a putt or hit a good shot, and I could see, I'd look around and see people kind of like, damn it, he keeps hitting good shots or keeps pulling it off. And I love that. It kind of gave me a little internal smile and kind of the confidence, cockiness that helped me get the W.
But when did you realize maybe they weren't rooting for you, they're actually rooting against you?
I mean, I knew on Saturday. I mean, I'd miss a putt and people would start cheering. And then Sunday was honestly wild. I missed the putt on the first hole for birdie and people cheered. I hit it over the green on 2. People cheered. On the 4th hole, I hit a horrendous shot right and people were cheering and saying, don't choke, etc. And so I was like, whoa, this is a hostile environment. So the nice things that happened early, so I was able, and I kind of prepared myself for it. So it wasn't like a complete shock, but I was surprised that it was that hostile.
There's something to that. He was at 8 under on Saturday, going into 18, and the next closest was 1 under. He had a 7-stroke lead, and if you want to know the truth, I was kind of hoping that he would come back to the pack. And I think there might have been some of that we wanted to see a good match. But he's also the guy that tore up Oakmont, the clubhouse at Oakmont. And I don't know how much played into it. But I do think that people wanted to see a good tournament as opposed to just a blowout, him running away from it. He bogeyed 18 on Saturday to make it 7. And then he bogeyed every other hole. I mean, he was 4 over on 8 holes, starting with 18 on Saturday. So there was something to, I think people wanted to see a good match. Sam Burns made it a decent match, but then he ended up bogeying a hole late, which really hurt him. But it was there was some of that. But there is talk about not going because the golf fans there are just the worst. There's talk about Bethpage and Shinnecock. They're not good venues. They're not good U.S. Open venues or major venues because of the a-holes, because the a-holes that New Yorkers are.
Oh, really? It's the people. It has nothing to do with the course.
No, it's the people. It's all about the people,
right,
and their behavior.
But they'll keep going to the waste management.
The waste management is a different story. You know what you and
the
it's not
players
major.
don't love that exactly.
Well, a lot of players do love it.
Some do. A lot of them don't.
Yeah.
Though. A lot of them have come out. They've also taken a lot of. Last year was way different. They actually tightened it up.
Yeah, they did tighten it up. I mean, it's a drunken and the cheering. A lot of the players are going, come on, You know, when they get to 16, come on, I want to hear it. I want to hear it. You know, because it's like nothing else on the tour.
They cheered. They just can't stay out of the sand traps. Like, can you please get off of our course, sir?
Well, they fall into them because of their drunkenness. I get that. Yeah. I mean, it is. It's just it's the animal house of the PGA
What
Tour.
would Dick Harmon have thought about the waste management tournament?
I think you know it was. I think it would be. You know,
he would hate it more than anything he's ever.
But
seen
he would
in golf.
hate. I think he would hate what happened at Shinnecock even more. I think he would.
He would not like that. He would hate because he actually didn't. He kind of think it was funny when people were heckling Colin Montgomery back in the day.
Yeah, but see, you're heckling one of your very own, and the vitriol, and it's a gentleman's game, and to be cheering when somebody he used to laugh at, you know, when they called Colin Montgomery fat, you know,
Right.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
But Phoenix is the epitome of what exactly a gentleman's game is not.
Right. But but you know what you're getting into, and you don't have to go if you don't like it. You don't have to. But guys, go. The best players in the world go. But you know what you're getting into there. You should be just playing the golf course when you're at U.S. Open. You should be playing the field and the golf course, and those fans make it. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see whether or not the PGA responds, because there were a lot of people calling for. There was one guy on the Golf Channel that was just like, "We got to stop going to Long Island. It's terrible. It's a terrible place to have a huge venue event. Just a terrible place." We'll see. We'll see if they do. All right, 713-780-3776. You got any thoughts on that or anything else? I know it's golf, and everybody should be clamoring right now. Do we have more events in Long Island or not? Should we do a poll?
Who are we
I think we
polling?
can run the show out on that. Shot clock this for a next hour and 13
You
minutes
just want
if
to
you
get
want.
calls and texts and tweets about should golf exist on Long Island going forward?
Should golf
At all.
Should golf yeah, that would probably
Well,
be
I
it.
would ask that question, but since it's not going anywhere, should golf be played in a professional manner on Long Island?
On Long Island. Or no?
Yes or no?
713-780-3776. Should you powder coat whatever metal you have? The answer is yes. Should you use Houston powder coaters? The answer is yes. The answer is in the perfection that is what Houston powder coaters does. The primping and the priming is, you know, it's fantastic. I've seen it. Been there, seen it. It is not just let's throw it in the oven, and they get every piece of metal ready. They're persnickety about making sure that everything is perfectly done. And with your patio furniture, not only the metal, but they can fix the straps and the slings and everything else. They can absolutely take care of that for you. So you want to preserve, and especially if it's older stuff that maybe your mom and dad had or your grandma had. I mean, and first of all, that metal is better. Secondly, it's got a sentimental value to it. But you want to make it so that it's not falling apart, so that it's not rusting out. You want to make it so that Houston powder coaters can preserve it for you and preserve it for, I don't know how. Listen, you are looking for the best way to get something absolutely free pickup and delivery. Houston powder coaters will get it done, make it look great. You got something metal that you want to save, HoustonPowderCoaters.com.
You're listening to John and Lance.
Broadcasting live from the Huntington Bank Studios, here's John Granado and Lance Zierlein.
All right, welcome back here on ESPN 97.5, 713-780-3776. You want to get in here with us? So come on, 713-780-3776.
Hey, let's get back to the Astros for a second. I mean, they're still kind of just piecemealing things together from a pitching standpoint here and there. Sometimes you have really good performances from the bullpen, from the starters. And we see that. It's not been consistent. You don't really have a 4-game run where you have consistent pitching. That doesn't really exist this year in this dojo. But I do like the fact that they have enough offense at times. Obviously, it falls asleep at times. But then yesterday was one of those examples how there's a little bit of scrap. There's a little scrap there offensively where they've got enough there that they can throw together that back-to-back-to-back shot. You've got Loperfido scoring, tying it up late. You've got enough offensively where it's not like it doesn't exist. You can get into a little bit. We've seen them do this year where they can get into a little bit of a shootout if they need to. It's not the norm. They're not one of the better offensive teams. But what I really loved yesterday is that they were getting ready to slide to 7 games back, and it's like this same yo-yo thing is just getting tired. It's the same, 5 games and then 8 games back under 500, not behind, obviously not behind the Mariners, but 5 games, 8 games, 7 games, 6 games. Like it will feel, if they can get to 3 games under 500, that will feel like, okay, this is literally game time with a chance to win. They're not going anywhere this year deep into any kind of playoffs, but they're in a playoff run, obviously, in the division if they can win the division. And it just feels like they just need one push. If they just get one push, John, over the hill into that next tier with the Mariners, where they're sitting there 2 or 3 games behind, it really feels like anything's possible in the division at least. But they have to get over this crap where they can't get over 5 games under 500.
Well,
they have to get past this.
I think winning 3 straight series is a start. You got unfortunately, you're tied in this series, and you got Burrows against your Savage today. Not a great matchup.
No,
not a great.
But maybe you
matchup,
use
I would
Burrows
say.
as just an opener. Maybe throw to 2 batters and then get them out.
Well, I don't know if he's going to throw to 2 batters and then go to the bullpen. Actually, their bullpen is wasted after the last couple of days, so they had to use Van Wy for 2 innings in a tie game in Toronto in extra. And this guy just was in the minors, and they bring him up and said, "Okay, 2 innings here in a tie game in Toronto. Go get it, because we ain't got anybody else." So, today it would be nice if Burrows could go 5. It would be nice if he doesn't give up, a ton, his usual 5 or 6 runs. And he's facing.
What would you like to order
Savage,
today, Mr. Burrows? Just give me the usual, kid. You got it coming up, kid. Coming up, Mr. Burrows. 6 hits, 5 earned runs, and 2 home runs. 4 walks and 5 strikeouts. Coming right up, Mr. Burrows.
Yeah, I'm just hoping that. Yeah, he's facing your
Can
Savage.
you imagine if we treated John's Burrows infatuation like his thing where, oh, look at Ronaldo, scored 2 goals, look how wrong you were. We have a season-long example of how ridiculous you were about a certain player.
Well,
Mike
how
Burrows
about you?
Is terrible.
Jason Alexander can't even get up to the bigs.
He has a great start, and he had a great season last year, something Mike Burrows can't say.
He's not killing
as an
the
Astro.
Jason Alexander's not killing us.
It's just going to take. Mike is young guy, going to take a little time.
Wow, that's not what you were saying before.
That's it.
That's not what you were saying before.
You watch. He's going to be a great Astros pitcher, and everybody's going to go, boy, that start. But they were patient with him.
I'm not listening to you.
He's got no stuff.
His only ability is he's actually available.
No.
his biggest inability is his availability.
Yeah, in fact, we'd actually, you know what?
I didn't even know that was a saying.
You know what, Mike? The fact that you're durable, I'm not a fan of, honestly.
It's killing us.
Yeah, it's killing us that you're durable.
They need to come up with one of those arm injuries for him where they just say, You know what? We need to rest your arm.
Fatigue.
Your arm seems tired.
It's fatigue.
I actually feel really good. Yeah. The spin rate, the velocity just doesn't look. Let's skip you. Why would they not be skipping him in the rotation a couple times?
It's interesting.
Like, serious question.
This Brian Abreu thing is interesting.
Oh yeah, he is away from the team.
He was at the ballpark yesterday.
Is there something going on with
Which
him?
ballpark? Toronto?
No.
Oh, Daikin?
Houston.
Oh.
So it's like.
Oh, is it physical?
Well, they said he had something family, which you're able to put him on the reserve, and he doesn't count against the 26.
That's tough.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know what he's got going on, but it might. I don't know if it maybe he couldn't go to Canada. I don't know. Maybe that's it, and with some visa problems or whatever the case may be.
Visa problems.
Maybe that's it.
I thought it was family.
Yeah. But maybe, okay.
Well, I mean, that's not.
You don't think they ever lie about why they put guys on?
Well, a visa problem is pretty specific. He's played in Toronto before.
Yeah, I don't know.
What did he do that they said he's on a no-fly zone?
Who knows why? Who knows why? But he was at the facility yesterday.
Well, it could be he does have a family. Like, that's a more concerning. That's a little more concerning for me because he may be going through something personal that is having an impact on his season as well.
Yep.
And him personally.
Right. And it could be something else. Who knows? But they put him on the reserve, and he is, at a pretty interesting time, when he sucks. So
he did it with Imai. Do we really believe his arm was tired?
Yeah, his arm. My arm's tired. Okay, we'll go throw down in the minor leagues. Okay.
Yeah, I thought your arm was tired. Why are you throwing?
Right.
Well, I'm tired. His arm's tired of throwing on the major league level.
There's a lot of times these guys hit these different lists,
and there's and you question
because of suck.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on with Abreu. Hopefully everything's okay.
Hopefully,
if
I would
what
prefer
saying,
that they put him on the list for suck.
Yeah,
I don't have a personal problem.
Yeah, I don't want him to have anything affecting his life. Hey, we know he's pitching poorly. You can put him on the list for not being good at baseball right now.
Well, I don't think you can put him on that list.
Is there a list not good at baseball?
No.
Yeah, they're just called don't play him. What is the deal with the Astros playing guys who can't pitch
you
good?
You need an arm in the bullpen.
No,
you can't just not
don't
play
need
him.
to continue to get down 5 runs. Mike Burrows is terrible. Stop putting terrible guys on the team. Bring up a minor leaguer. Stop pitching a terrible guy.
Well,
what's hard about this? If you knew that you were going to eat something that caused your face to break out in a rash, you wouldn't do it.
How good does it taste?
But this doesn't. This tastes terrible.
I know.
Mike Burrows tastes terrible, and all you're going to do is that your throat's going to close up, and you're going to have to get your EpiPen out in the 4th inning or 3rd inning and jam it into your heart, an adrenaline shot, just to keep you alive. So hopefully Joey Loperfido can perform some magic, or Yordan. Stop getting beat twice. Yeah, it wasn't a good signing. Stop getting beat on the field too. Don't pitch bad players. I'm looking at this. You know what? Batted balls. It's kind of crazy. There's only one thing I can find that's way off for him over the last, Houston compared to Pittsburgh the last 2 years. His exit velo is 88 miles an hour. Last year is 89. The year before is 90. So it's not that. When you look at pitch type and velocity, it's with the Astros, he's throwing less fastballs than ever before, 28.7% fastballs. Maybe he needs to go to more fastballs. The year before is 39%. The year before that, 54%. But his velocity, 95 miles an hour. It's normal. His sliders, he throws more sliders here, or sinkers, I should say. His slider count, sinker count is, the speed. He's actually throwing a slider a little bit harder than he did the previous 2 years. The only thing that I can find different is his arm angle. For some reason, his arm angle is a lot lower with the Astros than it was with the Pirates. And I think I've just found the problem. Arm angle.
You got to fix it?
Yeah, I think I found. I'm not going to fix it, but I just found it.
Do you think that they have video?
Yeah,
no?
They've got Fangraphs. Fangraphs says it was 51 in 24. It was 48 in 25. This year it's 38. His arm angle, which is for his fastball. His slider or his sinker arm angle is much lower. His slider arm angle is much lower. I mean, I don't know. This is their job. They get paid to be pitching coaches, but it's really the only thing I can find that looks different than the last 2 years.
Feels like they would know something like that.
Well, then he must just suck then.
Well, that's really
if
possible.
they can't fix it, maybe it's just time to pull him out of the rotation.
It's just suck.
Well, if they can't fix something, if they can't find it and fix it, then get him out of the rotation and see if there's somebody who can do better.
Well, I thought he was when he was relieving the other day, and then all of a sudden he's back in the rotation.
His fastball has been his biggest issue. It's been terrible. It's not been effective.
And he doesn't throw it that. He only
fastball.
throws it 28% of the time.
There's a reason it gets hit hard.
Yeah. Stop throwing. 28 is too much.
Yeah. Knock it off, Burrows.
Yeah.
Drop that percentage down.
He throws
2%.
Dude, you know he throws his change almost as much as his fastball. He throws his change up almost as much as his fastball.
That's good. That's good.
This dates back to June 7th, but opponents entering that Sunday were batting 309 and slugging over 700 against his fastball, his four-seamer.
Spin rate is the same as it's been. Spin rate's
That's
no
not great.
different.
No.
Actually, his spin rate is no different.
All right, we got a break. Okay, 713-780-3776. Our final hour of the show next. Don't go anywhere. All right, hour number 3 here on ESPN 97.5. 713-780-3776. We got a couple of calls. Want to get in here? Chris is first up. Hey, Chris.
Hey, good morning, guys. Love the show. Yeah, I was. I don't know if y'all already spoke on it. With Kingston Fleming getting drafted to Atlanta, I was trying to see if you guys had any idea what his development should look like, or what it will potentially look like in Atlanta. And I hang up and listen. Appreciate it.
What? I didn't hear the beginning.
He asked if we had talked about Kingston Flemings being drafted by the Hawks and what we think could what his development could be with Atlanta. Well, that's a team who played much better down the stretch once they got rid of their franchise player, Trae Young. CJ McCollum's back. They gave him a 1-year deal. That's a talented team he's walking into with a spot at point guard where if he shows early, he could take that job. And he'll have the benefit of having an experienced backcourt guy with CJ McCollum, so he doesn't have to take on the entirety of running an offense for them. But I think it's a pretty good spot. They picked 8th, but only because they owned the Pelicans pick, because the Pelicans traded this pick to go get Derek Queen last year. So he's joining a pretty good ball club despite being drafted in the lottery. So I think that's a nice spot for him. He's going to have wings on defense to protect him. Not that he doesn't know defense because he played for Kelvin Sampson, but he'll have Dyson Daniels, Jalen Johnson. So he will have some guys who get after defensively. So I think that's a good spot. You join a good team, and there are minutes there for him too.
Yeah, looking at the guard list right now. I mean, yeah, there's no reason. I think he'll probably be limited in the minutes, especially if they played well last year, right?
So if you look at who they have, they may want to keep CJ McCollum as their starting point guard. He's a dual. He's a combo guard. But because they have Nickeil Alexander-Walker and Dyson Daniels as other wing / backcourt players, Kingston probably won't start. But
he'll play.
He'll play plenty. They don't have an established backup point guard at the moment, and that Hawks team added Aaron Wiggins from OKC, so that's another wing that'll help them out. If we're just talking about landing spots, that's a combination of young vets and just young players overall. He'll fit in, and he comes from a good program that does the right things.
I wish the Rockets had him so much. He'll become a better three-point shooter, but I wish the Rockets could have a point guard like that. It would be so unbelievable. I know Kingston is kind of a shoot first, but he came from a year of good discipline. Oh, man, I wish the Rockets could have a young point guard like that.
Well, then you'd have to have the 8th overall pick.
Yeah,
they had the 3rd overall pick and drafted a young guard.
Reed?
Not a point guard.
Yeah, I said they draft. I didn't say point.
Well,
they
actually were hoping to transition.
He was
him,
small, or smaller than ideal two-guard size. They wanted him to be a point guard.
But that's not what you shoot. You shoot for smaller two guards who can't defend and are streaky shooters. That's what you shoot for. That's what you hope.
And that's
you
what
hope
they
to
hit
get it, and
with.
they hit a jackpot.
They
with
hit.
it.
When you're looking for a point guard, you look for smaller two guards who are streaky, who can't really defend,
who lack strength and can't defend.
That's who you want.
That's
to make
what
your
you
point
want.
Guard.
And let's make him a 1.
And they got it done.
And they found it.
Target acquired. Target locked in.
Mission accomplished.
Thank you.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah, it would be nice to have. It'd be nice, It'd be nice to have Jalen Brunson.
Do you think?
Oh, would it?
Yeah, it'd be nice to have Jalen
Considering
you have Kevin Durant.
Where was Kingston drafted? What
8th.
pick? Okay,
8th.
I'm going to do some math. Where was Reed Shepherd drafted?
3rd.
8 minus 3 equals 5.
Mm-hmm.
If we traded heads up, you basically get a +5 in this, Hawks.
So you think you think that can be the way Rafael Stone gets Kingston Flemings here?
If they throw us a second, also, we can get this done.
Well, Reed is the 3rd overall pick, so the Hawks are going to throw in more.
Yeah, let's think. Reed in year 3 should blow up. I mean, he knows the league now.
Sure.
And then you have Kingston's got rookie. I mean, it's just rookie growing pains. It's basically a throwaway year this year.
So why not take on an established vet like Reed Shepherd, young vet like Reed Shepherd?
Who can shoot more threes
walks
than Reed
in
Shepherd?
with experience, right?
Yep.
Played in a playoff series.
Yep, has college experience, same amount of years as Kingston. But no one shoots more threes than him per minute. He's one of the great shot takers out there in the league right now.
Takers.
People talk about who can get their shot, who can get the most shots off. I think Darren Peterson, they say he can make shots from anywhere, or Jalen Brunson can get to. You talk about, so a big basketball term is getting to your action. He can get to first action. Reed Shepherd can get to his shot, can find a way to shoot a ball as well as anybody. He's great at shooting shots, getting them out of the hands. And
Right.
that's half the battle. If you can get the ball
If
out of
you
your
can
hands,
shoot
if you
it.
can shoot it, I mean, I'm not going through the whole process. I'm just saying getting that shot off is huge. And Reed can get a lot of shots off in a relatively short amount of time. I've seen him shoot 14 threes in a game
It's
before.
impressive.
Yeah. And if you shoot 14, then you've got a chance to make 14.
That's true.
And now all of a sudden we're talking about a 42-point performance on 14 shots.
Man.
I mean, it's unlikely, but I'm just saying it's less like it's
Wow.
what's more likely, winning
You're-
a lottery or going 14 to 14 from 3.
Well, I've never seen anyone go 14 of 14, but I have seen someone win the lottery.
That's
so,
true,
so
even
I'm
though
gonna
the
go
odds.
with the lottery.
But I feel like the odds of lottery are against you. But you're right.
Yeah. Have you
That
ever
is-
seen someone
that
go
happens
14
all
to
the
14?
time.
Yeah.
That
people win
happens all the
lottery.
time, and Reed Shepard rarely shoots
Well,
really great
we
for
have
3
less
games in a
people
row.
attempting 14 threes in a game, but I still would take the lottery because I've never seen the other one.
God, I'd rather have a lottery than Reed shooting threes.
Not Reed shooting
Okay,
threes,
I'm
Reed
just
making
saying.
14 out of 14 because I've never seen anyone do that.
You know, you two are the Long Island, and Reed Shepard is Wyndham Clark.
Ooh, he's not Wyndham. He's like
wishes he was
Sam
Wyndham
Burns.
Clark.
He's not even Sam Burns.
Just great, and you guys are denigrating.
No.
He's Tony Finau.
what you do.
Tony wasn't even in that tournament.
Exactly.
All right, just stop
Exactly.
already.
Hey, you know what we haven't talked about? We come back. We need to get to. Well, let's get a call in here real quick, and when we come back, we didn't mention the fact that in the roller coaster that is the Brendan Sorsby dilemma, it's a huge turn
Yeah.
happened yesterday, and it has opened up a huge can of conversation and worms. Basically, what everyone wanted to happen from the outset is going to happen.
Yep. Right now, I got to talk about Ducky McSweeney's. Okay, Keith will get you in on the other side. Ducky McSweeney's is what we're talking about now. We are going to be there, as a matter of fact, tomorrow with our watch parties. So we want you to get on over there Thursday to Ducky McSweeney's, but get on over there all the time for all of the matches all day long. It is ridiculous. Their happy hour, $6. $6 beers, $6. It's 6 until 6. Okay, it is $6 beer pitchers, $6 house wines by the glass, $6 wells, $6 mozzarella sticks, nachos, chicken tenders, cheese pizza. It's ridiculous, ridiculously low. That's from 11 till 6 every day, and massive screens everywhere. Wonderful. It's right next to Maggiano's, just north of, it's on Post Oak, just north of West Ham. Everybody knows where Maggiano's is, right there. But the food is great. They've got a sushi bar and restaurant right next door, which opens up to it. I mean, they're connected, okay? Then right next to that is a nightclub. Michael Collins made a nightclub there, too, as well. So, you know, the ladies, a lot of times you want to go to a sports bar and you're like, well, I don't know that she's going to like this sport. She's going to love this sports bar, okay? She really is going to. It's clean. It's wonderful. The food is great. Everything about it. Everything about it. There's couches. It's not just sitting at a bar or at these tables. There are couches there. It's great. It is awesome. You're looking for a great place to watch games, get your game on. Ducky McSweeney's right next to Maggiano's. You got the sushi bar, you got the nightclub, you got it all at Ducky McSweeney's.
You're listening to John and Lance.
Broadcasting live from the Huntington Bank Studios, here's John Granado and Lance Zierlein.
All right, welcome back here on ESPN 97.5, 713-780-3776. The number, if you'd like to get in with us. Keith has been on hold. Let's get him in here. Hey, Keith, what's going on?
All right, gentlemen, today is the day. We have our college football ride or die team for the whole season.
Uh-oh.
We hit on Vanderbilt's first ever 10-win season last year.
Good
I was
call.
laughed at by this group. 10 wins, Vandy, first
Most
time
of
ever
the
they
year.
won 10 games.
Scoffed at most of the year, to be fair.
All right. Yep.
And you still got there.
So this year, the team that's going to go, I think I'm going to go 9-3. 9-3. They won one game last year. I think they'll win 9 this year. The team is going to be Oklahoma State.
What?
New coach, Eric Morris. Eric Morris, the quarterback, comes over from North Texas. Drew Mestermaker, instant starter, threw for like 4,000 yards last year, 30 touchdowns. They got 80 new players. The schedule is favorable. I think they win 9 games. They'll lose to Oregon, obviously. Still a tough pick for me, but they'll lose to Oregon, obviously. Houston on the road. I think they'll lose to Houston in a tight one. Connor Wegman and the guys. Texas Tech, I don't know who their quarterback is without Sorsby, but I think those will be the 3 losses. Everybody else on the Oklahoma State schedule looks terrible. Murray State, Tulsa, a bunch of like bottom-tier Big 12 teams. Oklahoma State, they won 1 game last year. They fired the coach, Mike Gundy, who was there for 20 years. Okay, they've got some money to spend. T-Boone Pickens Stadium, Stillwater, still a tough place to play when the crowd is there. I think they're going to win 9 games. 9-3, Oklahoma State. Mestermaker, you know him.
Yeah.
Lance studies him as a draft analyst guy. Mestermaker can sling it. He can sling it. Eric Morris is a winner. Oklahoma is basically Texas North. They're going to recruit and get all kinds of players from Texas, 80 new players, 9 wins and 3 losses. Oklahoma State from 1 win this year, last year. There you go. Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State
Wow.
football.
Okay.
I could see 8. I can see, but 9 is
Watch
asking a
yourself.
lot. Of
Well,
course,
the Vegas win total's 5.5.
We did this last time,
we did this last time.
so I'm just going to say
No,
quiet.
Mestermaker is real. Eric Morris is a really good
They
coach.
have a brand new team.
They're
So
stepping up in class, both of them, though. They from North Texas. Both of them were at North Texas and now in the Big 12. So they are definitely stepping up in class. I'm not going to doubt Keith.
Look, I've learned.
I'm doubting 9 wins.
See,
I'll stay on it.
I rooted against Vanderbilt because I
didn't wanna
didn't
hear
want
it.
Keith to be right, and I had an opinion. Why do I care to root against Oklahoma State? So I don't have an opinion on this. Let's see what happens. Because I don't want to go into every week rooting against Oklahoma
But
State.
he did a good job. Like, Keith actually, let me give him some props here. Keith did a good job of finding it's not the same sorry players. You have a brand new, it basically cleaned out and said, we're bringing a whole group of new players in through the portal. Typically, in real life, it's not usually great to start all over. But in this scenario where you were so bad last year, it's probably better. You get a quarterback who has some talent. You get somebody who has a winning, background, even at a little bit smaller school. Like, it's not the worst handicapping in the world that he's doing here with this team. I actually don't hate it. And when the over/under is 5.5 wins, like 9 is a little crazy to me. But 5.5 is the Vegas total. He might have a pretty good little play here if you
10
actually
was-
play the
10
total.
for Vandy.
Was
10 for
crazy.
Vandy was crazy too last year.
They had, unless you got another Diego Pop.
Well, you got Mestermaker.
I
Well,
know
you got
he's-
Mestermaker.
He's fine. I heard about how great all these quarterbacks were last year, and none of them were any good.
So he has the losses being what? Oregon
Houston.
and who else? Or that's it?
No,
9.
he had another one.
Who's the other one? Tech, right? Houston Tech and Oregon.
Who's
Don't they
playing
play? Well,
quarterback
what about
for Tech?
Well, they play Bedlam. They're
No,
not-
they don't.
No.
Are they done with Bedlam?
For
Bedlam's
now.
over.
Yeah.
That's right.
I guess Will Hammond, if he's healthy, coming off his
Will
injury,
Hammond is supposed to be the quarterback for
for
Tech.
Tech. He said whoever plays for Tech, he's got Tech in that one.
Yeah.
They do have to go to Arizona State, which they're a fine program. We'll see who they have at quarterback now that Sam Levitt's gone.
Yeah.
Well, they got money.
but-
They'll have it.
Well, that'll lead us into Tech and Brendan Sorsby. If you didn't hear yesterday, the NFL said, "Nah, we are not going to do a supplemental draft."
So
for Brendan Sorsby.
they needed to okay a supplemental draft. It's not just a guarantee. They don't have supplemental drafts all that often. Typically what happens, a player is not eligible for the draft and then come draft time and then becomes eligible. So they can have supplemental drafts to allow a secondary draft before having to have the 2027 draft. Here's what happened. A judge came out and said, so college football said, boom, you're suspended indefinitely. You gambled on football. You gambled on your own sport. Boom, you're out. You're suspended indefinitely. A judge came in and said, not so fast. You guys, this isn't fair to him. He won't be able to make money. Come on, guys. Help him, please. He's a poor little guy. So, no. And so college football is like, what? And Texas Tech just said, we're just trying to help his mental health, and we don't even care about the football player. We care about the person. So they came in, and they were going to do something great for the person. They didn't even care that he could throw 38, 40 touchdowns for them. And then the heat got so hot there, even though he's eligible, and there wasn't an appellate process yet because they were going to appeal that, the heat got so hot that Sorsby and Tech felt like had a mutual agreement, like, I'm just going to go to the supplemental draft. And Tech said, that's fine. Just keep all your NIL money. You don't even have to do anything for us. Cody just said, thanks for all your help, and here's $5 million. You can take it with you. He's eligible for college football, though, at that particular time, which makes him ineligible for a supplemental draft because you have to be ineligible for college football. So so what did they do? They dropped the appeal, or whatever it was, is basically they just eliminated the judge's ruling so that he would be ineligible again for college football so he could go into a supplemental draft. But the NFL still has to approve it. And what happened was the NFL said, first of all, we're talking about a gambling issue. And this is what the GMs had told me the entire time. This idea that this is not a big deal, that he's bet this much on football, on his own team, to them it was outlandish that media members weren't understanding what a big deal this was to NFL teams. And one of the things that I was told right up front was, this is not enough time for us to, first of all, it's not enough time for him to have been in recovery for an addiction. Number two, it's not enough time for us to do our homework on him as a person, especially in lieu of what we just found out. We don't have enough time. The draft is going to be coming up. We usually have several months, a year and a half to find out about these guys. And their entire point was that we don't have enough time to do major research. And so there were a lot of teams who were just taking them off the board, like, we don't have enough time to take a chance like this. And so the NFL voted, they take a vote of all 32 teams, and they said, nope, we're not having a supplemental draft. So where does that leave Brendan Sorsby, John? Well, he can't play college football. He can't be in the supplemental draft. He can be in the 2027 draft. He could have applied to the 26 draft, after the season was over, but he chose not to. He went the NIL route. So what's available to him now? CFL is available to him if he wants. Or the more likely choice.
Somebody needs a quarterback.
You can't go to the Gamblers.
Why can't he go to
You cannot
Oh my God.
go to the Gamblers.
Oh my
John.
God.
Stop it.
How perfect is that?
You cannot have Brendan Sorsby playing for the Gamblers.
Yeah, that's not great.
Did you even think about that when you said it?
I did not.
I didn't think
did
you
not
did.
even think.
I didn't think you did.
All I thought of was somebody needs a quarterback, and there it is. Right there.
I didn't think you did. And then I think more than likely he's going to get with John Beck, who's a great quarterback trainer, or maybe Jordan Palmer, and just work on quarterback training for months and months and months. He needs to go get rehab work. He needs to go spend 3 months or whatever it takes to work on an actual addiction, because he's been diagnosed with an actual addiction that causes problems. He made 9,000 bets. He bets on balls and strikes. Like, he's got an issue. So go prove that this is something you've actually put a lot of time into. Go rehab your image. Go work on your football with a quarterback trainer. You're not going to be able to get reps in a game. I wouldn't go play in a CFL personally. I wouldn't do anything like that. I would just try to rehab my image by not just trying to fool teams, but actually going and working on yourself. I mean, this has a chance. The NFL teams I talked to, except for one who said he should come out, they all said the same thing before the ruling came down from the judge. They said he needs to go back take his punishment, and work on trying to rehabilitate himself and his image so that because their thought was he'd have a better chance of getting drafted higher in the 27 draft than a supplemental draft. They thought he wouldn't get drafted in a supplemental draft. I figured one team would take a shot. But they said, Lance, teams aren't going to mess with a guy with a gambling problem when that's the one issue that could bring the league down. Like, the league takes this really seriously. And so we'll see. We'll see what happens to him. I'm going to try to get him on the show, though. I know his NIL agent and who will be his football agent.
I got to ask him if he wants to play for Summey.
I talked to the agent. I'm not asking Ron that. I did ask Ron if he wants to come on the radio. I said not yet. But because he did a show in Dallas, and I think it wasn't received great.
Sign him to the Houston.
Don't go, not even as a joke. Don't listen to John's advice. Some of the worst advice I've ever heard.
I mean, perfect.
Not perfect.
We got a break. We got to talk a little jewelry when we come back. Who the U.S. might play? We talked about it a little bit earlier. Who the U.S. might play in the round of 32. We'll break that down. But first, Lance, a little Zadok Jewelry.
Yeah, Zadok, 28,000 square feet. It's a 2-level store. It's located at 1801 Post Oak Boulevard. Beautiful building. Uchiko is in there. If you love sushi, they've got sushi spot. You can go and make a day of it. You and your wife or you and your girlfriend, whatever, could go shopping and maybe just window shopping, window browsing. You just want to see some different jewelry. Go grab yourself lunch. Stop in there. It's top brand boutique with one-of-a-kind exclusive pieces are available throughout this 28,000 square foot store. And the largest selection of designer fine jewelry and luxury watches in Houston. Nobody touches them. When you go behind the scenes, you can check out the repair center like I did. Really cool. They've got certified repairmen back there who can work on every watch, every piece of jewelry, who can get it perfect, who can make it look beautiful. Maybe you just want to bring your wife's engagement ring, her wedding ring in and have it cleaned and polished. That's something they can obviously do for you. But if you've got a timepiece that you need fixed, they work on timepieces from around the world. That's not a problem at all. Corporate gifting, a great way for you to give out corporate gifts, Mont Blanc pens, cufflinks, whatever the case may be. They make it something special. If you have a big time business and you've got big time clients, sometimes it calls for a big time gifting opportunity, and that's something that Zadok Jewelers does for a lot of people, a lot of businesses around the Houston area. Visit Zadok Jewelers online at zadok.com or just head on over to 1801 Post Oak Boulevard and experience it for yourself. It's truly incredible. Make memories with Zadok Jewelers.
You're listening to Houston's longest-running sports radio morning show.
On ESPN 97.5 and the ESPN Houston app.
From the Huntington Bank Studios, here's John and Lance.
All right, welcome back here on ESPN. If you were with us for the Glenn Davis interview this morning, by the way, at 8 o'clock, Talking Soccer with Glenn Davis, brought to you by Kaplan Sinus Relief. If you were with us, I mentioned to him, I saw a story where Austria and Algeria are playing on Saturday night, and the winner actually loses because the winner more than likely gets Spain, and the loser is guaranteed to not have to play France, Germany, or Spain in the next round. So those are the three probably biggest favorites. Maybe throw in, Brazil, maybe, whatever. But those are three monsters that you're guaranteed. The loser is guaranteed not to have to play. Right now, as it stands, if the winner is going to get Spain, the loser is going to get U.S. Would you rather play the U.S. in the next round at home or Spain?
No, you want to avoid the U.S. at all costs.
You would rather play Spain.
Spain has some decent dudes, but they don't have the likes of Balogun, Pulisic. They don't have Richards on the back end.
Well, literally, they don't have those players.
They literally don't have. Everything I'm saying is true.
They
don't have them.
They don't.
Spain's got some guys that are, they're the second favorite in the tournament.
Spain got it going against Saudi Arabia, but they looked pretty mortal in their first match.
Never forget the first match, guys.
Yeah.
Never forget.
Of course, Argentina lost their first match and went on to win the World Cup last time.
That's true. The easiest handicapping in the world, if you want to make a bunch of money, is take a favorite team, a good team who has a bad first match, and especially if it's a draw, and go ahead and bet as much as you possibly can on the second match because they're going to come out on fire. They're going to press forward. And we saw it with
Turkey.
We saw it with Spain. Yeah, but Turkey wasn't in the same level as Spain and Portugal.
No.
Spain, Portugal, the Netherlands, after giving up a late goal and they came out. I've been to 2 World Cup matches so far. 5 goals have been scored by a team in each of these matches. That doesn't happen very often. Netherlands was one of those teams that was like, okay, Sweden, watch what we're about to do. And Sweden's not a bad team. But then Spain beat the brakes off of Saudi Arabia. Portugal annihilated Uzbekistan. I don't know if there's another. No, we're on match number 3 now, right?
Well, we're heading there, but Brazil didn't play particularly well. Now they were playing Morocco in their first match. That's a good team.
Yeah.
And then Brazil came out and put it to
Yeah,
Haiti?
Brazil did too. That's right. Yeah.
Forgot who they played in their second round, but they got the match where they got it going too. So your theory may hold true. It's also these teams from the big countries. They get soft draws because if you're one of the top teams in the world, you don't get put in a hard group. So it's some of that too, but also they're motivated because they cannot lose or be in a draw situation where they have to win and then maybe finish in second in their group. So yeah, they're highly motivated. So maybe some of the ideas the coach had from game 1 get adjusted and it works out for them, but the U.S. didn't have to worry about that because we took care of business.
So I'm looking at Dutch fans. There was a Dutch fan that picked up, he had giant glasses, like 16-ounce glasses of beer.
He had 26 of them.
26 of them. And he picked them all up with his hands. He didn't want a tray.
Like a bear hug. He used a bear hug.
Bear hugged them over to the table. It looks like a bar in Houston.
Might have been.
Yeah. It looks
Although
like a bar
they're not. Are they in Dallas right now? I thought they left.
No,
are they here still?
They were here though.
Well, they were here.
Yeah. I mean, so I mean, how awesome! 26. What's amazing is at Oktoberfest, the German waitresses. They're unbelievable.
Yeah, they're famous for being able to carry all those steins.
Yes. I mean, they are fantastic. This guy, though, this Dutch guy, pretty good. It's pretty good.
You know what you're doing.
Then they did a dance.
And that's not your first time. If you're doing that, that's not your first time doing that.
No.
He's done that before.
Yeah. Yeah. No, he's absolutely
Some
done
real stupid human trick energy
Mm-hmm.
coming from this guy. Dave Letterman would feature this guy.
Yeah.
How
David
many
Letterman could
steins
have.
of beer can you carry in one sitting, in one trip, without spilling them?
And his answer is a crap ton.
You know what? In fact, a lot, Dave. Let me show you. It wasn't like people were trying to help him. Like, hey, you want some help? I was like, I'm good. I got this. And he got it.
Yeah, he didn't even want to. He's like, stop asking. I'm fine. This isn't my first rodeo. I've done 26 mugs of beer before in one set. I've done this before. That's insane. The most I could do at most with 2 months is 20.
What?
I couldn't get any higher than that.
2 months.
No, because I've got a wingspan enough to carry it.
You've measured your wingspan?
Yep.
What
Why
is
would I
it?
not? I do NFL draft stuff.
What is it?
It's like 6'3.5", 6'4".
So it's not a great wingspan, but it's not a negative
It's a
one.
+2. It's a +3.
That's
since I'm
not
shrinking.
great.
That's actually really good.
No, it isn't.
It's really good for somebody who doesn't play on the NFL level
It's not good at all.
or NBA level.
It's not
a
a great-
+3 is not bad.
It's not, what? First of all, if you don't play sports,
How are you arguing with me on a
what's
wingspan?
John? If you're, just because you are a draft expert, I still have read up enough. John, if you don't play sports, what good is a wingspan for?
Carrying steins of beer.
Steins.
And
If you're doing bear hugs,
and your wingspan sucks for that.
that's my wingspan's not bad.
No, you
How
don't
big
have good
was
wing-
how?
no,
What was
you
it?
don't have
This
good
guy
wingspan.
wasn't a big tall guy.
Well, you
No,
don't know
no,
his
no.
wingspan though.
No, you don't have great wingspan.
My wingspan's not bad. It's not bad. It's not,
Not
great.
26.
It's not good.
It's not great.
It's not 26.
It's not
beer
the
mugs worth.
wingspan. This one is going to be about.
I'm gonna bet you could do maybe 8.
Without
eight's-
spilling
I used
on
to be a
himself?
waiter. I can do a lot more than you think.
That's not how you carried beer
Not
as
without
a
a
waiter.
tray. You had a tray.
No, waiter, I could carry 6 glasses of water. Like you just have to know to do. Like there's little secrets
Yeah,
that
back
you never
then,
forget. Yeah.
but not anymore. You ain't got that type of ability
And
anymore.
then I got little handles. Are you kidding me? I could get. Had you ever seen how many bags of groceries I can bring in at the
Why?
same time?
No, in fact,
that
I
you
have
hang
not.
on your arms.
You know
I
what?
could do like 12 or 13 bags of
That's
groceries
an interesting
at once.
question. In fact, I have not seen you carry bags of groceries before. Because why would I?
Because it's one of those
Right.
skills. I've like, how are you able to get you're able to unpack the whole back of the trunk by yourself? Yup. You know why? Long arms. Just hang those bags on my arms.
You don't hang the bags off
Yes,
your
I do.
arms.
That's
a
what you
lie.
do.
It's
That's
a
what you
lie.
do.
It's a flat out lie.
No, it's not. Call anybody.
Call
It's
who?
exactly. Call any of my
Anybody.
family. They'll be like, my dad really does that. That he's him.
They have never said that
That's
about you.
how they talk.
No.
I'm him.
I know, but they've never said that about you.
Well, they'd say it in this instance.
They're not saying you or him
For bringing in groceries.
bringing
For
groceries.
bringing in groceries.
I was thinking about that yesterday. You know what we do though is we put them all in one hand, and then I always do. I carry the heavy one in one hand, and then like next to nothing in the other.
I do
That's
that
how I
too.
bring groceries in.
I don't know why, but that's what I use.
Because you got to use the other hand to open the door
I
to
use
the
one
back door.
that hand to gather. One hand is the gathering hand.
Right.
The other hand is a load or arm is a load bearing arm.
Right.
And
Wait,
you-
y'all don't put them over your wrist?
No.
Why
I
not?
can't-
It's like
because
a-
I got grip strength. I can carry like 7. Since we're doing this, playing this stupid game, I can carry 8 bags
Yes,
at once
of course
in one
you
hand.
can. We all can. But if you do
No
that, you
proof.
disperse. It's like hanging clothes
Nope.
on a long
You're the
bar.
weirdo.
It's the
No one
same
does that.
thing.
No one does
I'm
that.
just putting you on game.
You're
That's
a
just
weirdo.
what I'm doing is I'm putting you on
I know
game.
you ain't
how
got
you
the
can
grip
bring in.
strength to do what we do
Yeah.
over here.
What?
You ain't got
What
that
are
grip
you
strength.
talking about? I've been bringing in groceries for years.
Well,
this is the
but
dumbest
here,
thing I've ever heard.
Here they have handles on their paper bags. All the grocery
Yeah.
stores. And so,
Well,
that-
paper bags. Oh, I'm bringing in plastic anyway. That's what I'm talking about.
oh, you're doing plastic.
Yeah, I'm not talking paper
They
bags.
don't.
I'm
They don't
talking
offer
plastic.
that here.
Oh,
Yeah, because they're not going to
conscientious
because
of
you're
the environment.
yeah because you're
Yeah,
and they
which
charge
I
you for
never
your.
care about. I just get plastic.
Do they
You know what, one
charge
thing
you for your
didn't have to
paper
tell us,
bags
John?
too?
You know the one thing you didn't have to tell us. You didn't
Who's
care
that?
about
I
the
don't care.
environment.
Yeah, we knew.
We know.
Yeah.
Did you?
Well,
Although
we're
he
fine.
did have a electric truck.
Only because he thinks it's cool, not because
Yeah,
he cares about the environment.
that's true.
Yeah. No.
'Cause
No.
Elon
Because
told
I
him
care
to.
about the environment.
Not
Yes,
a chance.
That's one chance of that. He just didn't want to have to pay gas prices. He thought he was going to be slick. Then he could
And
only
guess
drive a
what?
certain amount of time.
Guess how smart I am.
Yeah, it's
guess how
worked for
smart
you.
I
It's
am.
worked for you so far. right now it's working, especially in L.A., actually.
Are you kidding?
Especially in L.A., it's actually the move.
$6-7.
They charge you, don't they charge you for they charge you for bags out there also.
Yeah,
groceries.
10 cents a bag.
Like, you got to be real careful. Like, nah, I'm good. Don't try to put that extra charge on me.
What's 10 cents? I get it every time. And as I'm checking out, I'm like, I should have brought a bag every single time, and I never do.
Or a tote.
And give me the bag.
Give yourself
give me
a couple
10
totes.
cents.
Tote bags will take care of you.
Yeah, I ain't
Just
doing
bring them
that.
with you.
I ain't bringing it. I ain't doing
I ain't doing all that.
I ain't doing all that. And then you got to keep it in your car. No, thank you.
Come on, dude.
I know. Look at all the things
We
you
ain't
have to
doing
go
that.
through for your groceries. You got to keep a couple tote bags in your car. Who wants
Yeah,
to
I
deal
do.
with that?
No, F that. F them bags. All right.
F them bags.
F them bags?
You're the less need of grocery shopping?
Yeah. All right. What we got news of the week. Did we miss a
Speed of
break?
Grocery shopping.
We didn't miss it. We're just late for it.
Okay. Well, we're gonna do news of the weird when we come back. So combine. Bye. Okay, we're worried about robots. Stop with the robots already, okay? Apparently, the Daily Star is reporting that there are thousands of underwater UFOs swarming our coasts as experts warn of a giant red flag.
Wait.
This is the perfect place for them to hide.
Isn't the F in UFO for flying?
Yes.
How can they be
but
flying
they
underwater?
fly into the oceans and then they attack from the shore.
Underwater floating object?
Not floating. They're underwater objects. I'm looking at a giant green light underwater on this coast. I mean, this is real.
That doesn't
Will
sound
we
real.
be killed by robots or underwater UFOs?
I don't know how that makes sense.
Probably some type of revolution. Where
Why can't they go underwater?
But then they wouldn't be flying.
Well, they flew into the water.
I'm going to go with underwater floating objects. That's if they're underwater, that's what I'm calling them. Still UFO, but different name. I don't believe we're getting killed
How could they be floating if they're underwater?
You can float underwater.
No, you float on top of the water.
If they're a vehicle, you can float underwater. That's what I'm going with. I don't think they're killing you.
I've got a different opinion about what's going to kill us all. I'll just keep it to myself.
What is it?
Let's just say you're going to have to pick a side. Are you with the billionaires or not, John? May sound real cool right now for you to ride with the Billies. Not sure that's your pick in the 2 years.
You think it's billionaires versus the poor people?
Well, everyone else, because everyone else will be the poor people. Just wait until all those jobs are gone, and people are like, "Hey, I thought you guys said there's going to be abundance. I thought we were all going to get to. Where's the money coming from? Billionaires going to be
Stolen.
try to get into this fortress.
Stolen. That's it. That's all.
You guys you're trillionaires. You own all these AI companies. Oh, well, too bad. Fight it out. Beat it.
Well,
and then they're like, John, whose side are you on? And you're going to be like, I never took that jet.
We know what John's side is.
Can he get in one of their bunkers, though?
I'm going with the rich guys.
Can he get in their
sure.
bunkers?
I don't know. Has he been their clown enough for them to let
You're
him
going to
in?
have to bring something to the table.
Like he's there for entertainment around the rich people.
Yeah,
has he done
I'm a
enough of that
clown.
to secure a
I'm
spot?
I'm like a court jester.
Yeah, can he make them laugh enough that they'll bring him along?
Maybe.
Yeah.
He's got to do something.
Or will his act get tired at some point?
You got to have to do something.
Because, I think John in small doses is good for the billionaires. But if they have to live with them underground,
That's a good
it might
point.
be a problem.
I think that then I'd be a problem. Then I'm the problem, right?
Small doses.
Yeah, they don't want him around all the time.
Small doses. I know. I'm okay with that. Apparently, a 31-year-old man was arrested Tuesday night after allegedly stabbing a 21-year-old at Gasworks Park in a dispute over charging outlets. The Seattle Police Department said they received reports of the stabbing. Have you ever wanted to stab someone because they took your charging outlet? Now, I know I've wanted to stab my kids because I couldn't find my charger.
I've been mad at them before.
Oh, my God. My wife used to go, oh, my God, don't take his charger. He goes nuts. Please, don't ever take his charger again. Because I put it there, and that's where I want it when I need it. Oh, I'd be nuts about it. That's the one thing I think that I got maddest in my house about was the charger. Yeah.
Yeah, charger.
So I could see
charger
where you'd stab
thievery
somebody.
That's something. Stabbing is
not guilty.
Stabbing's a lot. You could empathize. You might not. The sentencing might not be as strict.
Yeah, no.
But I've been there. Like not to stabbing, but there's nothing pisses me off more than when you tell one of your kids, don't take this ever again.
Ever.
And then it disappears again.
It's
I
gone.
forgot. No, you didn't.
No, you didn't. You just don't care.
And my wife hates when I use the phrase "ask for forgiveness, not permission," but it's the truest thing in the world.
Yeah.
Pete, they always do that stuff. They just I'll fade the heat early on and then just say I'm sorry.
Yeah, but my kids knew after a while that there would be no forgiveness. They were out of the will. Take my charger out of the will.
JT's in good standing.
Yeah.
Frankie's in good standing. What are you talking about?
No, right. But it was JT mostly that took it. So he's out. He's out. So that's all there is to it. Sorry, beat it. Beat it, kid. You ain't getting nothing.
As long as
I ain't
he's-
gonna. There won't be anything left anyway because I'm spending it all.
Honestly, as long as he's not out of Wendy's will, I think he'll be fine.
That's the one.
Like, oh, Dad took me out of the will. Who cares?
Yeah,
It's all
really.
been
Dad
donated
is-
to not Anheuser-Busch, Coors Light. Are they part of Anheuser-Busch? Who's their parent company?
No,
I
that's
don't
not
remember.
Anheuser-Busch.
I don't drink beer. So
What's wrong with
all
you?
your money is to Coors Light and the Coors people. So JT's not going to get any of that anyway.
Yeah. No, that's true. I mean, stick with that one. Make sure she's happy with you.
Don't take her charger.
Don't take no. Well, she's usually got the newer phone. We're the poors in the family. We got the older phones, so we got the different charger. That's why. But he didn't care anyway. You're right. I ain't gonna get nothing from him
Yeah.
anyway.
I'll take all his chargers anytime I want.
Yeah.
What's he going to do?
Yeah. What's he gonna do? All right, we're out on time today.
Yeah, you were so confused about us. You thought we missed breaks. You said combined. No, we actually were okay.
We were on time.
Yeah, I know. It was a shock. We're
I
so
ain't like
unprofessional. Well, you two are. So you thought, combined breaks. No, we were good.
That's crazy. That's crazy talk right there. All right, we're done. Mopey and Mapes are next. We will talk to you. Where's Mapes?
Mapes is out and about because
Oh, that's right. You guys,
we're everywhere.
Well, here's why. I'll tell you why. Because we got brought to you by our friends at Huntington Bank. We got a watch party today at Tom's Watch Bar, Ducky McSweeney's tomorrow, and By the Wayside on Friday. On Tuesday and Thursday, on Thursday now, you'll also have another chance to win a $500 gift certificate to Republic Boot Company at Ducky McSweeney's. So you got Tom's Watch Bar today, Ducky McSweeney's tomorrow, and By the Wayside on Friday. Get on out there, enjoy, have fun, watch soccer, and let's go. We'll talk about it tomorrow right here on ESPN 97.5. Y'all have a great day. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Welcome to the show. We are going to be this variation of the show for the next 3 days, and I say that because Sean Mapes is not here. He will be with Brian. You know Brian from Jeremy and Joe. He'll be with Brian from 12 to 3 because our watch parties continue. Brian and Sean will be out at Tom's Watch Bar, followed by Jeremy and Joe. And then throughout the week, we got Ducky McSweeney's tomorrow, and then by the wayside on Friday. So it's me and AJ today and tomorrow and Friday as we get you through the week here from 10 to 12. I'm already dreaming of 12 because I got a problem, AJ. So if for people who don't know, we got 3 or 4 days of, it used to be called Prime Day, and it's still called that, but it's like now 3 days. It's pretty much prime half the week at this point. So they're offering deals, and you just pick and choose which one fits you, and you make a purchase. And they got me yesterday. In fact, it was not even them. It was someone else who tweeted about a couple deals you can get. And I was in the market for some earbuds because, and I want the Apple ones. I'm only in the market because my charger, the jack, something happened, so I can't even connect. I can't even connect the charger anymore. So what I could do as a responsible person is just go get a new earbud charger. Instead, I go, you know what? Let me get some new earbuds because it's Prime Day or Prime Week, so I'm doing that. And I can't fault Bezos for this. His apparatus is prompt. I was on the road coming into work after ordering them yesterday, and they were already delivered. They got delivered at 6:30 in the morning. And you know how Amazon works. They just throw it at your front door. I'm not in a neighborhood where I worry about something getting stolen, but I believe a couple times ago on a delivery, someone rummaged through to see what was in it, and then they left it because it was something very specific for like a car or something. I forgot exactly what it was, but it was like, no, it was for a fridge that my dad had in Nigeria. He needed a part. It was very specific, so there was no reason to take it. You can look into the package, think it might be something you want, and then look at it, don't recognize it because it's a motor for a Samsung fridge, and you leave it and go about your business. This, as I just told you, is something they would recognize and may take. So I'm already, now I don't have a Ring camera, so I just got to wait and see. I got to hope that package stays there unmolested for about 6 hours or so. More, actually. 6.5 hours or so. So good luck to me. Good luck to you all if you've decided to take advantage of the Prime Days and you got to go to work like a regular person. And hopefully, for most, look, you're a regular person if you don't have to go to work. You work from home, you got other responsibilities. Okay, let me clean that up. Avoid offending anyone. But I'm far more focused on whether that package is going to be there and unmolested than anything I'm doing for the next couple hours. So apologies in advance. As far as things you guys might care about, not my new earbuds. We got the Astros winning. Joey Loperfido got it done. He came through. The whole team came through late. It looked like another opportunity to drop further below 500, but they found a way. They put a couple runs across late, and then Joey Loperfido hits the 3-run homer in extra innings. Hader does what he does. He only went to 1 inning. They had to go. I like to say Logan Van Way, but I've heard Logan Van Wy as well. And he was called upon, gave up a run in the bottom of the 11th, but because of Loperfido, they were up 9-6 at the time. His 3-run home run broke the game open, and then the Astros survived. So they get the win in Toronto to split the first 2 games of that series, and they have a chance to go win that one today. So it was a nice comeback because the worry was they were going to fall to 7 games below, and then the task of getting to 500 just seems impossible because they're always in this realm of 5 to 8. they remain at 5 with a chance to win the series. Now the bullpen is stretched. They had to pitch a lot of guys yesterday. Peter Lambert, who had been one of their more reliable guys, he didn't give up a lot of runs. He scuffled. He gave up 6 hits, but much like Hunter Brown, he wasn't very efficient in his outing through 92 pitches, didn't get through 5. So they used Okert, De Los Santos, Pearson, Hader, and then Van Way close it out. So they're gonna need a bit of an effort today to get through this one, and it'll be Mike Burrows, who seemingly always needs bullpen help. He has been bad, but his durability is his best ability. So he'll go out there again. He'll go against Savage, and we'll see how it plays out. Astros trying to claw their way back. The Mariners unfortunately won in a close one against the Pirates, so they didn't gain any ground there, but didn't lose any ground. So and at this point, that's kind of most important. Just stay within contact as they try to climb ever closer and closer to 500. So that happened yesterday. There was a lot of World Cup to get to. Oh, I did want to mention this. Jeremy Pena, we talked about it. Sean and I were worried about the comments that Jeremy Pena made because he was peppered with questions about his health. He's okay. He pinch hit in the game, so they held him out. Didn't want to start him, but he was available to pinch hit, so he seems to be okay. That hamstring, maybe it was just the cramp. That was the worry because it was the same hamstring that caused him all the issues earlier in the season, but he seems to be okay, so that's good news. Hunter Brown appears no worse for wear. As I mentioned, his start wasn't great, but he did also get hit with a baseball yesterday. 2 days ago now. He seems to be okay, so Astros avoiding injuries and getting a win. So good news there. As I mentioned, we had the World Cup in the city yesterday. Glenn Davis joins Sean and Lance every day, at least Monday through Friday, while the World Cup was going on, and he called the Portugal game. He was in the building as Ronaldo scored a couple goals. I don't keep track of Ronaldo's goal scoring exploits because generally they're kind of few and far between in the World Cup. But he did get 2. He apparently is feeding on sheep. Like there are people who show up against the best competition. That has not been the case for him lately. If you just start to look at his recent goal scored in the World Cup, it's either penalties or he's scoring against the likes of Uzbekistan. But they count all the same. Portugal needed a good result after their draw against Cabo Verde. No, DR Congo, excuse me. And they figured it out. They took apart Uzbekistan to get their World Cup back on track. And Glenn Davis was very diplomatic about Ronaldo. There is a bit of a divide. As Glenn said, he is polarizing. They asked him about Messi yesterday because it has been a thing this World Cup. The stars of this World Cup have been scoring goals, and they were waiting on Ronaldo to join them. He did with this 2, and once he was asked about Messi, he said there are other guys scored. Mbappe scored 2. He didn't want to talk about Messi. So that rivalry where although the 2 really don't play into it, it's more of a media creation. Yeah, they probably don't like each other. One played for Barcelona, the other played for Real Madrid, all that stuff. But so there's an inherent reason why they don't like each other. They were rivals for years. The media likes to talk about it. He doesn't want to talk about it. I don't think he wants to play into it, but he got going, and it was a good day in the World Cup. You had the English, which we'll get to, not scoring. So all the bluster and all the praise that the English got from their first outing against Croatia, that all dissipated, where they were fortunate not to lose the game against Ghana. Then you had the later games where Colombia beat DR Congo in Mexico, and then you also had the Croatians beating Panama. So CONCACAF takes an L there with Croatia responding from their loss to England and getting a win there. So that's kind of the wrap up the World Cup. We'll get into some of the interesting things that happened because one Ghanaian witch doctor, after cursing Harry Kane, has made a decision on whether that curse will remain. We'll talk about that. Harry Kane may have been cursed. If you watched that game, he missed a clear opportunity to give England a late lead. So maybe the curse worked as the Ghanaians got a tie, and they're tied with England on points in that group. We'll talk about the Cougars when we come back because they had a big day. A couple guys got drafted, and I know something has changed about me, and I'll tell you what I mean when I come back, because normally I enjoy what happens in the green room on draft night, whether it be the NFL or the NBA. Things have changed for me in that regard. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about where Chris Nack went, where Kingston Fleming went. We'll do all that with a Coug in the booth when we come back.
This is the Del Alalea Show.
On ESPN 97.5 and the ESPN Houston app.
Live from the Huntington Bank Studios, here's Del Alalea.
So the Astros win. Logan Van Wy helps get it done. He closed out that game in the bottom of the 11th. The heroes, Loperfido, Hader, Van Wy, late as the Astros get the win. As that closed out, the draft was, the NBA draft was going on, and it was a different night for a couple of coups. Kingston Flemings was expected to go in the lottery, and that's where he went. A lot of people had him going 8th to the Hawks. That's where he went. There were several guards in the mix. They all kind of went in the order you thought. Like Morris Johnson snuck in there at 9 for the Mavs. His head coach was his head coach at Michigan. Dusty May got the job with the Mavericks. He selected one of his former players, so you had a big thrown in there. But for the most part, after the top 4, which went as expected with the Bansa, Darren Peterson, Boozer, and Caleb Wilson, the guards were going to come off. You had Mikael Brown, you had Acuff. I was a little bit surprised that he wasn't going to be a top 10 guy, but Phelan went all the way to Philly. But LeBaron and Phelan went all the way to Philly. But as far as when the draft, when the guards were going to go, they went where they were supposed to, and Kingston Fleming was among them. He goes to a spot where we got C.J. McCollum, who's not truly a point guard, but he will play that role for the Hawks because of their setup right now, where you have a backcourt that has Nickeil Alexander-Walker. If you want to call him that, maybe just call him a wing player. You've got Dyson Daniels. Then you throw a big / wing and Jalen Johnson in the mix. So they don't have a true point guard. C.J. McCollum will man that, and then Kingston Flemings will back him up. So it's not a bad place to fall. Sure, they had the 8th pick, but they're not a bad team. They made the playoffs. They have the 8th pick because they traded one of their picks last year for future picks. So if we remember, the Pelicans were killed because they traded what could have been a potential top 5 pick for the chance to take Derek Queen. The draft, even before everything played out during the season, the 2026 draft, this draft was looked at as one of the better drafts in recent memory because you had Peterson and Avanza and now Caleb Wilson and Boozer. So why would you do that at Pelicans? You're a bad team. Why would you give up the opportunity to take one of those guys? Turns out the Pelicans were a little better. They didn't get any lottery luck, so they wound up 8th. So maybe they won't be as killed because they didn't wind up in a spot where they could take one of the generational players. I think the Hawks feel pretty fortunate they were able to take a point guard like Kingston Flemings and let him learn on a team that's going to be pretty good. So I think that's a good spot for Kingston Flemings. He'll play, but he won't be counted on to do the bulk of the playmaking for them. And he's got a good vet ahead of him and a good vet that's on a 1-year deal. So there isn't a vet that's going to be in front of him for years now. We'll see how long McCollum can play at the level he played at last year at the Hawks, but I like it. What'd you think, AJ?
Definitely. I think it's a perfect fit for Kingston to go there, too, because like you said, they made the playoffs, and they're the only team, also, I'm talking about the Hawks, they're the only team to beat the Knicks 2 times in the postseason this past year, which is crazy.
Yeah, it's true. The Hawks were in the middle of making that entire tri-state area very sad until the Knicks found their rhythm, and then we know what type of run they went on. It's months ago now, but you think about how things could have gone with the Hawks. Now, it was a couple, I think, 1-point victories. C.J. McCollum made a couple big shots. But he went from the early star of the playoffs to a guy we don't really remember that much because of what the Knicks were able to do and what they did in that Game 6 in Atlanta. They buried them early, just blew them out. So we went from maybe a potential Game 7 thinking that, hey, there'll be a lot of pressure on the Knicks if they can't win this Game 6 in Atlanta to an absolute blowout, and they were on their way to an NBA title. So he goes there, and one of the Knicks' biggest rivals gets the other Coug drafted in the first round. Kristanak goes to Boston. And while I didn't watch the draft, I was keeping track of where Kristanak where he was going to be drafted, if he was going to be drafted in the first round, because of the decision he made. He leaves the Cougs to enter the NBA draft, and the conversations were about not only entering the draft, but even if you didn't want to be a Coug anymore, couldn't you have gotten a deal someplace else? NIL would have taken care of you. You could have continued your development. Maybe you thought you would have been more featured offensively someplace else. Whatever the conversations are about why a guy should leave early or stay, those were being had with the former Coug. And so I was hoping his decision paid off. If you go by the mocks, he was supposed to be drafted in the 20s. I don't know what he was told before the draft. Maybe he thought he was a lottery pick. Maybe he thought he could be drafted higher than late 20s. I did see a scenario where the Hawks would have drafted him too at, I think, 23. I think they have that pick too. So there were some mocks where they were going to draft both Cougs. They didn't. They went with, I think they went with another big.
Ejiofor.
Yeah. And then I saw a couple other bigs come off the board, and I got a little worried about what was going to happen. He did wind up getting drafted in the first round. So while the conversations about the financial decision that he made have come up, he will get at least a couple years of guaranteed first-round money. So as far as his finances, he'll be okay there. And then if he proves to be a good player, the Celtics will pick up the third and fourth year. So if he is the guy he's capable of being, I think he'll be fine there. But at least he does get that first-round contract. Here's Brad Stevens, his new general manager, on the selection of Chris Anak.
Excellent athlete, long, fits a position of need. Some things that we were a little short on this year from an athletic perspective, I think, with his size and his length. And he is, when you play in the program he's played for, he's been through, he's been taught well and been held to a high standard. And so I like that. And he will undoubtedly come here and be eager to jump into it. He's a good worker. He's a good person. And he's got a lot to learn, but we're excited about starting that process with him.
He also talked about how even when Sanak's not playing well, you're going to get effort. So there's no worry about how hard he's going to play, even if things aren't going well for him on the court. The guy will play, and he'll play hard, and that's something that they liked as well. So he lands, much like Kingston Fleming's, in a winning environment. It's a different. The Celtics have been winning for a long time now. The Hawks have been a play-in team up until last year, but I think they both land in good spots. There's not a lot there for the Celtics as far as big men. Like Keita is a guy they have to decide what to do with. I know Garza is there. There's not a real clear impediment for him playing big minutes if he earns them. Whether he earns them in year one, that's a different story, because the Celtics want to win. They are positioned to continue to compete for titles. They got their own questions internally about whether that's going to be with Jaylen Brown or not. Chris Mannix of SI is reporting that the Celtics are eyeing Evan Mobley in a Jaylen Brown trade because they missed out on Giannis. Jaylen Brown may not be thrilled about having his name out there, and the Celtics may have to decide whether they can continue on with him or simply put, they think they have to change their style of play, and having the two wings who are so ball dominant isn't the way they want to go. So while the Giannis trade was a big move, now that one has been completed and done with, I think we may have a kind of robust NBA offseason. We already had Julius Randle go someplace. If Jaylen Brown is next, that certainly adds to, well, at least the clicks that the insiders will get. And do the Rockets play any part in this? The news for them, and we talked about it yesterday, is that no one's off the table beyond Amen Thompson, but we're not actually shopping, but we will answer calls. Unlike the Astros, who have told people to stop calling about Christian Walker and Jeremy Pena, the Rockets are like, we'll take your calls. Unless you're calling about Amen, then you got to call somebody else. So we'll see if that comes to anything. But at least as it stands, they're listening. And I think if a trade of any real magnitude happened for the Rockets, it'd be like what happened with the Durant trade, where they didn't have to give much up. The team was, for whatever reason, desperate to get off a guy, and the Rockets think that guy can help. Now, of course, it's Kevin Durant, but to a lesser degree, as far as the player impact will be this offseason, unless they do get in on Jaylen Brown, it'll be something like that where there's a player that fits what they want. The other team, whether they have soured on that player or that player wants out, leads to the Rockets getting a bit of a discount on the player. They're not looking to be hurt by a trade. And what I mean by that is when you trade for a superstar, generally it's got to hurt a little bit, whether it be draft pick compensation or player compensation. You should feel it a little bit. You're happy about the star, of course, but you should feel, oh man, I wish we didn't have to throw in that prospect. And the example most recently was the Heat, where they wanted to give the Bucks Davion Mitchell, a player they like, but was on the final year of his deal, and he's in his mid-20s. He has found his jumper in Miami, but that was a past lottery pick who hasn't lived up to what people thought he could be, maybe because the Kings had a hold of him early. That could play a part. No surprise that he maybe flourishes in a better organization like Miami. But the Heat were like, look, you want him? And the Bucks said, no, we want your recent first-round pick who's still got years left on his deal. The Heat didn't want to give up Kasper Yakachonis, the former Illinois product, who was a guy that fell to them in the draft, who some people thought could be a lottery pick. That one hurt them. But if you want to make the move for Giannis, you got to give up one extra piece that you didn't want to. The Rockets aren't operating in that way. They want to clearly win the trade. So that maybe prohibits them from acquiring a star of Jaylen Brown's caliber if they were even seriously considering it. Because we heard earlier this offseason that that's a guy they were looking into, and he apparently is available. Whatever you think of Evan Mobley, the Rockets could provide the assets to top a Cavs offer if they wanted to. I don't think they want to get into a bidding war for anyone. If the Celtics are handing Jaylen Brown over, they'll take him, but I don't think they want to compete when it comes to the caliber of player that Evan Mobley is. I don't think the Rockets want to top that with players and picks. Keith, you want to talk NBA draft? We'll get to you when we come back. Anyone else? The number is 713-780-3776.
You're listening to the Dale Olalea Show.
On ESPN 97.5 and the ESPN Houston app.
Live from the Huntington Bank Studios, here's Dale Olalea.
Let's get to Keith here. He's got an NBA draft question, and then I'll talk about why I no longer like cameras in the green room, particularly like an hour and a half into the draft process. We'll get to that. Let's get to Keith. What's up, Keith?
Hey, I'm a Houston grad. Love seeing, a couple of coups go in the first round. Fleming's to Atlanta, Sanak to Boston. First question is, the Hawks got a steal in Aaron Wiggins. Wiggins obviously can play some point guard, and so he would be, getting more playing time over Fleming's is my guess. So I'm not sure, with the Hawks, having such a great year and they're improving and they're got some really nice young talent that I don't know if Fleming's going to be able to crack the rotation, but who knows, But Wiggins has been good. He the key player on the title team for OKC, and for Sanak, that's a good fit in Boston because, without, with Keita at center, who's not overly impressive by any means, and Vucevic on basically a free agent and a DMP, maybe he can backdoor some and develop like a Mitchell Robinson with the Knicks. But also to rehash in the first hour, Oklahoma State is the college football pick. Thanks, Bill.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that he was so right on last year's selection that I just have to sit here and listen to it. I mean, Oklahoma State was terrible, but to Keith's credit, he did the research and said, look how many new guys they've brought in. So we'll see. Their schedule, he has them at 9 wins, which is, I think, 4 over their projection. So I can't really back him down any. He was right last year, so we'll see. And I don't care to go into Saturdays specifically rooting against a team that I don't care about. Like last year at a point, because Keith is, let's just say persistent. We'll put it that way. I had to go root against Vandy for no reason. I don't care about Vandy. I mean, let him win games. I had to root for Texas against Vandy. You think I want to root for Texas? But I was trying to win a bet that I didn't put any money on and still lost it. Thanks to Vandy's really good year. So if he's right, he's right. If he's not, who cares? I'm just not going to go into Saturdays looking at what's happening in Stillwater. And if they're winning 9 games, then maybe they're a dark horse playoff team. Who knows? Yeah, Sanak has a potential role, whether it be this year or next year, to he's got a chance to find a spot. The Celtics big man rotation is nothing to be impressed with, but maybe it changes if Evan Mobley rolls in there, who you would look at and go, that's a guy who Sanak can model his game after, if it comes to that. So we'll see. As Jaylen Brown allegedly is someone that could be moved for Mobley if you are up on what Chris Mannix of SI is reporting. All right. So the green room in mostly the NBA and the NFL. I'm not looking at the NHL or MLB drafts. Sorry. There's some places I won't go, and those are 2. But I will watch the NBA draft, the NFL draft, just like most of you. And when I was younger, I enjoyed watching the drama of the fall, of watching a guy sit in the green room and the camera's zooming in and they're having conversations about where could he go? Where could he possibly land? What's the best spot for him? The most famous one, or at least one of the most famous ones of them all, is Aaron Rodgers. He sat in that green room. Now, it turned out pretty great for Aaron Rodgers, so he won. He didn't win the day, but he won overall. I did not want to see the likes of Isaiah Evans, who thought he was going to be a first rounder, and he showed up. And one of the stories about him, the Duke swingman or wing, was about the jewelry that he wore. I think a combined $4 million worth of jewelry. If you take it as he bought that jewelry, he could think to himself, you know what, I got a first round contract coming up. It's still an exorbitant purchase because he wasn't going to be a lottery pick, so maybe hold off. But still, he's got first round money coming. Now I don't think that jewelry was bought. I think it was offered and he wore it. as maybe some promotion. I don't know if he mentioned the jewelry company by name that he wore, but I think it was like a brooch. Was it a ring too? I forgot exactly. But it came out to be about $4 million. Do I want to watch Isaiah Evans looking his best as he slips down the draft board and he has to come back tomorrow or now today and see where he lands? No, I don't want to do that. I used to be that guy. Like, not that I would even laugh. I was just interested in all that. But I don't want to see it. I don't know because I didn't watch. Was Sanak in the draft room, green room?
Yeah, he was there.
So I didn't want to see a guy I watched all year this year or this past season help the Cougs as they tried to chase that elusive title. I don't want to see that guy sit through possibly getting pushed to day 2. So it's not my thing anymore. I used to be like, I wouldn't even say I laugh. I just like to see all the drama surrounding it. Not anymore. You start to get a little older, maybe not wiser, but more empathetic and go, you know what? That's got to suck. Particularly if you're Isaiah Evans. You leave Duke thinking you're a first rounder, and depending on the spot he lands, you may be in a great spot. Excuse me as I get my words in order. Shams is reporting that the top 2 picks of today's draft are up for grabs. People are
Rockets.
trying. You hope so?
Yes.
You hope they move up? For who?
Well, one would be Malik Thomas potentially.
That's a guy I've looked at. He was at least all freshman. Or he might have made one of the SEC teams, but from Arkansas, I love a Calipari guard. So that's part of it playing for me in my head. Now the Reed Shepherd thing different. You can't hit on all of them, but for the most part, a Calipari guard works out. From Tyrese Maxey, and I'm even like either low lottery or not even lottery at all. Tyrese Maxey is an example. Tyler Hero outplayed his draft status. Kentucky guards, you go with them, you're okay. And then you take Ty Washington. Like I said, not everyone works out, but the ones that do, they hit pretty big. Devin Booker, another one of those guys. So I would like the Rockets to potentially look at him. He is about 6'5", 6'6", something like that. Yeah. So you add some size to the backcourt. And he had a good freshman year. You think about it, he's a guy who played with the ball dominant guy in Darius Acuff, so he knows. While he can go get his own, he knows what it's like to play with the guy who's going to have the ball in his hands a lot. So he wouldn't be a guy who always needs to be someone on ball. Oh, but that is one of his better skill sets. Get the ball in his hands, he'll go get you a bucket. So, but he understands playing with the star. So that guy, if they're looking for shooting, Isaiah Evans, the guy we just talked about, is another one. I think he put up like 7 threes a game at Duke. And he is known as a shooter, thin, but known as a shooter. And we heard Ime Udoka talk about the lack of shooting at his end-of-the-year presser. I don't know if he meant getting that from a 19-year-old, but shooting is shooting. They need it. So that's not a bad shout, AJ. And with that draft pick up for grabs, 31 and 32, it's clear that the guys who fell out of the first round that people thought could go are likely going to go very early. So people are trying to maneuver. And that is part of why they moved it today to 2 days. The NFL draft has this scenario too, where teams start to look at their board and go, what do I need to do to get up to the top of the second round so another team doesn't snake my pick? The NBA is a TV product first and foremost. This is what they would like their day 2 to be. Have some drama as teams are given time to figure out what they need to do to maximize this draft. So maybe the Rockets do make a move. They do have a pick. What is it? 43? I forgot. Is it 30? Is it in the low 30s or the? Or
I think the first one is 34, something like that. I got to double check.
Yeah, they may have 2, right? So maybe it won't cost very much if it's at 34 to move up a couple spots to get up there. Sometimes it's cash consideration. Sometimes you have to throw in future draft picks, throw in a second rounder in a future draft, or maybe use your 2 second rounders to move up in this draft. So while they didn't have a pick yesterday, there is a chance to go get a real contributor. Now, well, you may have to play this contributor. That's a different conversation. That player better play defense if that's going to work out for him. So I am interested to see if they make a move because there are some guys who can help either now or in the future if they had first-round grades and they just happened to slip. Philip, you want to talk Rockets? Hold on. We'll get to you when we come back. Anyone else want to join? 713-780-3776.
And you can just draw from them for the rest of your life. The details don't get fuzzy, and you can share them with the people you love easily. Oh wait, that's bull. That's a heritage film. The thing that we create for families and founders to share their stories with a personal documentary film that does last forever. YourHeritageFilm.com.
Pro Dunk basketball goals have been the best on the planet for years, and they keep getting better. John Renato here. Now with your Pro Dunk goal, you can get their drill-powered lightning adjust system that raises and lowers your goal in seconds, 10 times faster with zero effort. And now ESPN listeners get the patent-pending lightning adjust system free. That's a $249 value, but you have to call. This offer is not on the website. Call Pro Dunk at 281-351-9822. You got to mention ESPN. That's 281-351-9822. That's Pro Dunk.
Make a splash this summer at the Downtown Aquarium, your one-stop destination for family fun. Dine beside dazzling marine life, hop aboard the Shark Voyage train, and thrill the whole crew with rides like the Lighthouse Dive and Frog Hopper. Explore over 300 species, feed stingrays, and even spot a tiger. With exciting events year-round, there's something for everyone to enjoy. Dive into the action and plan your visit now at downtownaquariumhouston.com.
Griffin, I beg you, find my daughter. April 1919, war-scarred and directionless, former Marine John Griffin is pulled into a high-stakes search from London to Paris, where mystery, violence, and a global conspiracy collide. From local Houston author Alex Juden comes Red Tiger Hunting, the first gripping entry in the recently completed John Griffin post-Great War mystery series. Called a rousing adventure by Kirkus Reviews. It's fast, dangerous, impossible to put down. Get it on Amazon or at Murder by the Book. Red Tiger Hunting.
Hi, this is Harold Gunn.
And this is Bill Olson. Texas Outdoor News is the longest-running, most award-winning outdoor radio show in the state for a lot of good reasons.
We bring you the latest news and information about hunting and fishing across our great state and beyond.
And our guests are who's who from industry, government, and the field.
Texas Outdoor News is brought to you by Ford Trucks and your best in Texas Ford dealers. Join us Saturday mornings at 6, Sunday at 7 on ESPN 97.5.
Houston, it's football season, and there's no better place to catch the action than Taqueria Sarandas. The match is on, the crowd is cheering, and your table is loaded with sizzling fajitas, authentic tacos, enchiladas, plus ice-cold beer and cocktails. Every great play deserves a great meal. Every goal deserves a celebration. You eat, you score, go! Bring your family, bring your friends, and enjoy all the soccer action at Taqueria Sarandas. Taqueria Sarandas, where Houston watches soccer with locations across Greater Houston. Get to your local Taqueria Sarandas.
Throughout the world's biggest soccer tournament, John and Lance will be joined by